Cyclops song.
Shit, yo, my chest hurts from this episode.
Yeah,
That's
that was
Drew.
pretty fun.
Yo, my chest hurts.
Pretty fun. Pretty
That'd
fun.
be Drew. That'd be Drew.
All right, you got.
I'm in go mode, go. Yeah, I'm in go mode. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome to an all-new episode of the OSA Out of Shape Allstars podcast, episode 34. Now, Drew.
Oakley.
Drew, how do you say that?
Well,
How you say that again?
34. Oh, shit. 34.
All right. Just like I don't know how to say
34.
it. I ain't mad because I don't know how to say it. But we are back with an all-new episode. We got the whole crew here today. Kev, DQ, both back. How y'all feeling this week, fellas? Y'all good? DQ, Kev?
Word.
Yo, rumor had it, y'all was on the prowl last week together. Y'all was in the delivery truck on the prowl.
That's what I heard.
I heard the same. But we'll talk about
Let's give a round of applause for Kev. Let's get a round of applause.
What Mufasa said, everything the light touches is yours.
I guess.
Yo.
Yes.
But,
That sounds hella creepy, bro.
so this is the OSA episode 34, like always. Brought to you by Culture Capsule, sponsored by Don's LLC. We're going to get right to it, man. I usually say we're going to get right into the but I'm not going to say it this week. So
Yeah.
on this episode 34, let's get to it. But before we get to it, I got to go around and introduce the squad. It ain't like y'all don't already know who we are, but just in case you're a new listener or viewer, here we are. First up, our faithful, loyal host with the most, Eddie Horchata.
You're.
Up next, Mr. Argumentative, Mr. He can't stand us, Mr. I'm so mad all the time. Give it up for Mr. Drew.
What's up, everybody? Cool.
Now, you already know we got our local comedian and sneakerhead, Just DQ, in the building. Game Pass or Fail coming soon. Also, rapping, always Don LLC, Fitted, Snapback, something on. Give it up for K-Jet.
Yo,
You know he actually balled under there.
Hey, yo. Yeah. Kev caught it straight and didn't even realize it.
Yo.
Oh, man. Kev's the new Drew. Bang, bang, bang.
I'm sorry, Cap.
Yo.
All right, next up,
Over, bro.
looking like he ready to make a Philly cheese, looking like one of the hot BBs. Get it up for Johnny Cinco. And last but not least, Johnny, let me get a sweet tea, bro. Let me get an Arizona. All right, and last but not least, my mama call me Devin, so you can call
So
me Devin.
you can make me a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Word on a roll.
All one
John,
word. All one word.
John, I need that. Bacon, egg, and cheese on the roll. All right, let's get into it. Kicking it is off, always, in case you missed it, starting off with COVID in sports. Now, unfortunately, with COVID, it's nothing new now. It's the norm. College sports, they always going through their stuff. So I don't really like spending much time on talking about what's going on with them and COVID.
Well, I guess the important thing is Ohio State, Michigan is canceled. Dunzo.
Yeah.
Dunzo. Hey, even though, whatever, it doesn't matter.
So
Michigan,
we can watch,
out.
right? So we can watch Ohio State blow them out.
Yeah, exactly. There's rumors that they might. There's rumors that I think they might play A&M, Texas A&M. So that's like a big thing going around right now. But who knows if that's going to get approved or not?
Michigan trash. Harbaugh comeback to the NFL. All right.
That's great.
And what else in COVID and sports? We got Dez Brown. We just heard. Now the game is right now. Cowboys, right?
As we speak.
Positives of COVID. We're watching. It's at halftime right now.
Unfortunately, the X Factor known as Dez Bryant is out due to
he is now the X Factor.
So now
the bench factor.
Ravens been getting hit with the COVID though. Like
yeah, man.
For real. 2020 now Dez Bryant, he looking like he want to quit out the league. Basically tweeted something like, "Yo, I can't deal with this." Like, come on, bro. Like, stop with all the crying and
Nah, you
whining.
just
So-
said he ain't finishing the season.
So where we at, Ed? Where we at?
We're at 5 minutes, and Drew messed up twice already. But we got 5 more minutes to go. Drew, with watching your mouth. Hey, Deb, maybe we can add in the Captain America language.
Right.
Or the dolphin noise.
Yeah. But Drew, with all that going on with your Baltimore Ravens,
That would actually be dope. The SpongeBob when
Yeah.
the Sailor Boy episode. That's actually
okay, and we're gonna add it again.
Three
Three times he's done it. So
times.
Drew, what's going on with your Baltimore Ravens?
No, my Baltimore Ravens is winning right now. We have 17-10, so we good. We winning.
Okay.
No, but speaking of Des Bryant though, they ruled him out. But in the
He
beginning,
should
of the game,
not be on the sideline, right?
they showed him on the sideline.
that was crazy though. That brought to my attention that he's actually on the sideline, which is dumb to me. Like, are you supposed to be isolated?
Yeah, he's
on
sitting there
his-
like
on his
he's
phone.
sitting there mad radioactive and shit.
Word.
just
Got
chilling.
his gold beats on, just chilling.
Bro. Like,
Did he have his mask on? At least. Oh, well, that's good.
I think
They didn't even give him the real mask. They gave him a face shield, like the Ravens face shield.
Oh no.
I don't know. We about to have like 10 more players dealing with COVID next week.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Probably by the end of this game, it's gonna be a few more COVID cases with the Ravens because they just messing up over there, man. But so anything else in COVID? You got anything else? Anything else pressing? Anybody know? No.
That, for the most part, is all I've got. Unless anybody else.
No, that's all I got for COVID. All right, so moving on. We get into the NFL recap. And like we said, the week is not even over yet. So the Ravens.
I mean, most of the week is over yet.
Most of the week is over. So we will get to the rest of the week. But usually we have a full recap. Ravens and the Cowboys are currently playing. But let's kick it off. Ed, start us off. We're going to go through the week.
So no Thursday night football game. Obviously, COVID pretty much did us in for that. But week 13, the 1 o'clock games were one of the most exhilarating set of games I've seen in a long time. Again, obviously I watch Red Zone, so I was watching pretty much every single game. It was mostly back and forth with the Jets game. Give me 1 second here. So let's start with the first game. We got Saints Falcons. I mean, this game went down to the wire. Taysom Hill finally throwing for touchdowns.
Throwing the touchdown.
Finally
Hey,
throwing
guys.
for touchdowns.
Piss me off.
And they got my boy AK back into the game, man. Like the last couple of games with the white boy, whatever his name is. They ain't be getting my boy AK the
Taysom
ball.
Hill?
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
White
yeah.
boy. So
Yeah.
they ain't been getting my boy AK the ball, but he was cooking this week, so it got him involved. So I was happy to see that.
Yeah, and Atlanta, I mean, they had a chance there. Obviously, the score's a little inflated there at the end, but Atlanta had a chance, and I don't know. I think it was like remnants of, obviously, no Dan Quinn over there. I think it was maybe remnants of that Super Bowl choke.
Right.
But, I mean, dude, they had Todd Gurley back, and I think it was like 2nd and 3, and they threw the ball, and then he threw one deep to Julio Jones to pretty much end the game there. When he had Russell Gage underneath, when he had Russell Gage wide open for the touchdown previously, I mean, the Falcons definitely could have won that game and didn't. Lost it. Give me a second here. Sorry. All right, next game we got. Next game is Browns Titans. Bloodbath. The score looks better than what the game actually was. The final score there was 41-36. But the Browns put the beats on Tennessee.
And again, I'm still trying to figure out Tennessee, what type of team they is, because again,
they play defense, and their whole offense is Derrick Henry.
And play action.
Team.
Play action that it really doesn't work that much.
I've noticed that, and also A.J. Brown went down early on in that game, did come back. But I mean, Derrick Henry, he just can't get short yardage. Like, he's just not a good short yardage running back is what I've been noticing recently, especially in these last couple of games. But credit to the Browns, they did play them pretty tough. Baker, from looking like looking pretty bad. Like, honestly, I think the worst we've seen them the week prior, even though they did sneak out with a win. I mean, looked pretty good. You know, he started finding Jarvis Landry again, which you obviously want to start seeing. You know, he is a great weapon, and I think he kind of just like didn't really pay attention to him earlier on. But, you know, this kid Donovan Peoples-Jones had that big touchdown. But Jarvis pretty much led that offense in receiving. So all in all, a good game. And we are out of the curse-free time. So go ahead, Drew. Let him rip.
I mean, I don't really have a curse word to say right now. So.
Now he don't want to curse.
Now you
don't.
He
don't want to curse.
Yeah.
But with his timing it, he had a few to get off. But, yeah, as long as Baker get Landry back involved and to get with Kareem Hunt and Chubbs still playing the way they play, Browns could make some noise late in the season, but we shall see.
Yeah. You guys think they're – go ahead, John. Yeah.
No, all you got to do next time is run it up on them. Running the ball kills the clock. They got to, you know, run it up, take Derrick Henry out the game.
Yeah.
They ran it up.
That's against the Titans. But, I mean, more so for the Browns, like, is this – like, what is this Browns team? Are they the team that we saw 3 weeks ago when they, you know, obviously collapsed? 2 weeks ago when they could barely get past the Jacksonville Jaguars, or this week where they just smoke one of the best teams, one of the better teams in the AFC.
Bro, regardless, you gotta stop the run. If you can stop the run and force them to pass, then you got a better chance of them making mistakes. That's it.
Well, again, that's how Chiefs pretty much play is, especially when it comes to running teams. Run up the score. It's gonna force them to throw. Fuck that run. Once we run it up on you, go ahead, try and run if you want it. That ain't gonna help y'all. So, and that's how the Browns play.
That forces mistakes. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Next game: Lions, Bears. Dev's family out in Chicago.
They heard my dad stabbed himself.
I'm sorry that you guys have to root for that team. Look, I'm a Jeff fan.
Lions help me secure a win.
Also, shout out to Johnny's brother, Justin. Lions squeak out a win there. It was pretty bad watching that team. I'm sitting there and, you know, while watching Red Zone, I turn to my girlfriend and I go, hey, hon, like, I really fucking hope I picked the Bears this week. Obviously, I didn't win the money pool this week. Johnny did.
I swear I picked the Bills, bro.
But,
and I checked it and I was like, oh, Johnny about to win.
Yeah.
I swear I picked the Bills, bro.
But, I mean, early on in this game, I'm like, God, I fucking hope I picked the Bears. And I look down at my phone, I'm like, shit, I picked the Lions. Thank God they squeaked it out. I mean, they got me a couple, you know, they got me a win there. But ultimately, the Browns collapsed, and I don't know how much longer Matt Nagy keeps his job.
Fire that man.
Period. Yeah, that sucks because
the Bears was in position to win it. It was up. It was up 30. It was up. Then it was up. The Lions score. Bears get the ball and they fumble it on their side of the field. Lions get it, score. Then the Bears get the ball back, make it all the way to get stuffed on the fourth down, turn it over on the down.
Yep.
So they had all time. They had perfect position to win the game. They just couldn't win it.
It's really shitty, and like I know, it's not fair to Mitch Trubisky, you know, because it wasn't his choice, right? But you sit there and you think like the Bears did pretty much everything that they could do right, leading up to, you know, the last couple of seasons. Obviously, you talk about Cody Parkey's doinking the two field goal attempts there in the playoffs last year or 2 years ago. But like everything was perfect. With, you know, the salary cap and the offensive players that they had and the free agents that they got and the trade that they made for Khalil Mack, it was perfect. But it's like you need to have the quarterback there. And unfortunately for them, Mitchell Trubisky is not that quarterback. And they tried with Nick Foles for a little bit, but obviously that didn't work out either. And, you know, starting Mitch again, it's not working out. And it sucks, and I feel bad. But, like, you know, it sucks for Mitch that he was in the same draft class as Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, and he's always going to be held to that standard. So, unfortunately for that kid, he's probably going to be looking for a job next year.
You know, shout out to All Day, man, doing this thing. Founding you. Keep they holding it down for the Lions the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Bengals and the Dolphins. This is a game that was, like, I don't think Red Zone even cared that it was on. I think it was just mostly field goals, and outside of like the Bengals and Tyler Boyd's, like it was like a 75-yard touchdown. It wasn't really on.
Good block on that catch.
Yeah, too much. Just cool stat that I had: the Dolphins are the only team in the NFL that has at least one turnover in every game. So shout out Brian Flores, man. You know, it pains me to say it. I don't like to give the Dolphins too much credit, but he's really turned that organization around. And, you know, you would hope that Tua is the guy. You know, defensively, again, if they're getting turnovers, they're pretty good, right? You know, defensively, maybe they could get a couple more pieces. And then maybe a solid running back behind Tua.
They just got that one kid back from off IR.
Miles Gaskin.
And he had a good game.
Yeah, and also, like, I mean, big time shout out to Flores as well, because, I mean, he benched his, you know, he wasn't the first quarterback taken, but he benched the first-round draft pick for old man Fitzpatrick, and, you know, ended up winning that game anyway. But still, like, you know, lost the game, then, you know, won the game against the Jets, and then now won with Tua again. So it's just like, you know, for him to, like, actually have the nutsack to bench his starting quarterback over, you know, for Brian Fitzpatrick, good for him.
Right.
Next game, Jaguars-Vikings. Fun game, if you guys didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Fun game.
Remember, we told that we would trust those Vikings. We said that last week.
Right.
We would trust them Vikings, and what?
They won.
Yeah, but what?
Yeah, in overtime. By a field goal, nonetheless. Justin Jefferson's great wide receiver. Adam Thielen's great wide receiver. Dalvin Cook didn't really cook too much. Mike Lennon sucks. He kind of ruined that game for the Jaguars. But so I was watching, you know, we'll get to the Jets when we get to the Jets, but I was watching this game really, really close because the Jaguars were up for a while, and so were the Jets. So I was pretty comfortable. I was like, hey, I think I'm okay with winning this game because at least the Jaguars are winning. And then once the Vikings tied it, I was like, oh, shit, we're in trouble. But we'll get to that Jets-Raiders game. Next up, we got the Colts and the Texans. Again, another good, close game. Kiki Cutie was pretty good.
My Marquee Miss from last week.
Final score was 26-20. Texans had the ball in the red zone. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Fumble. Fumble.
You can tell he put too much on himself for that game.
Definitely could have won that game. Still a good game. Okay. Now we're gonna cover the two New York teams. First, we'll start with the Raiders and the Jets. Again, obviously, final score 31-28. So I am losing my mind watching both these games back and forth. It's the Raiders. It's the Vikings and the Jaguars, and it's the Raiders and the Jets. And I am like biting my nails. I have no idea what's happening. I don't know how to feel. I don't get what's happening. I don't understand why Denzel Mims still doesn't have a touchdown. I don't know where LaMichael Pirine is. I'm aware that
he got a 2-point conversion, though.
Oh yeah, 2-point conversion catch. But I need a touchdown. I need a touchdown from my guy Denzel. So I am losing my mind. Sam looks pretty good, you know, bad interception late. But I go, you know, and again, I'm turning to my girlfriend. I go, we might fuck around and win this game. I was texting you guys in the group, like, why the fuck, what's going on? I don't know how to feel. This sucks. And then the Saint, the Patriot Saint, that is Greg Williams. So Adam Schefter actually tweeted out, since the NFL started taking stats back in 2012, there is never, ever in the history of the NFL in that situation where 7 blitzers ran on the quarterback. Again, this is a prevent defense. This is, you know, right. You would anticipate prevent defense. You're up. You just put your safeties back. You put your corners back. You have an extra nickel in there, and you don't rush anyone. Right. Maybe you rush 3. Right. Greg Williams, who has claimed himself Dr. Heat, where he just brings the fucking heat. Sounds like a bad fucking Marvel villain. As if they didn't have any worse ones. So not once, but fucking twice. So since the NFL has been taking this stat back in 2012, it hasn't ever been done. It was done twice by the New York Jets and Greg Williams. So in my opinion, obviously the play that we're talking about, Dev, I don't know if you want to put both these plays, actually, the two last plays of that Raiders-Jets game, where I think that he was way more open the previous play. That should have been a touchdown, but he dropped it. And then, obviously, the eventual one that put the dagger in us and made us and Joe Namath. But, yeah, Greg Williams blitzed 7 guys. So he was by himself one-on-one. He had no safety help over the top. I think that Greg Williams hates Adam Gase so goddamn much that he was like, you know what? I know I'm going to get fired. I know this is going to be probably the end of my career, but I fucking hate this guy so goddamn much. I'm going to make sure that he goes 0-16. And I mean, there's no other reason. There's no other unless he took a bet. You know, I mean, he is known to be a dirty guy who goes for cash, aka Bouncy Gate. But yeah, it was awesome, and we lost, and it was great.
I think he's supposed to lose the game regardless, but not make it look blatant, and then it just got too far along in the game, and he had to do something blatant.
Right.
Yeah. It was pretty amazing.
But again, you did it 2 plays in a row where the first one, David, the carb nigga, whichever one that is, Derek or David, whichever is Derek.
Derek.
He out threw out pass. Who was that? Aguilar the first time?
Yeah, he overthrew him. That's what it was. I thought it was a drop. Yeah.
No, he
big time overthrow.
And then you bring the house and Ruggs just like chilling.
Yeah. NFL memes did post out like, if you were confused about that play, and they just drew a tank. Like it was like, here's the design of the play, and it's literally just like a tank.
Question: Why did they only fire the defensive coordinator? Why didn't they just fire everybody?
Because honestly, John, I'm gonna help you out here. I've been saying it. I've been saying it pretty much all season. I think that Joe Douglas, we are getting Woody Johnson back. I think Joe Douglas is doing everything he possibly can. Because no. So Adam Gase got him the job, right? Yeah. So I think Joe Douglas owes him a little bit. So what does he owe him, right? He owes him. Well, no, he owes him his job. So if Adam Gase is out here going. The Adam Gase Greg Williams marriage was, wasn't by choice. When Christopher Johnson hired both of them, the reason why Matt Rule isn't the coach of the New York Jets, the reason why Mike McCarthy isn't the coach of the New York Jets. Turns out Mike McCarthy was a good call, not bringing him in. But the 2 main reasons why is because Christopher Johnson said Greg Williams is going to be your defensive coordinator. Now, Greg Williams, who is he, right? Obviously the Bounty Gate guy, but let's not forget he was the interim head coach for the Browns, when they did go 0-16. He wasn't the interim. He was the defensive coordinator, but then he became the interim after Hugh Jackson was fired, and the Browns actually looked pretty good. Obviously, he was fired right when Baker Mayfield took the field against the New York Jets all those years ago. So his reputation started coming up. So he was hired as the defensive coordinator, and whichever coach came in, you were like, hey, this is your defensive coordinator. You have to deal with it. So back to the Adam Gase side of it all, Joe Douglas is basically done, oh, you don't like Avery Williamson? Okay, we'll trade him, buddy. Oh, you're done with Jamal Adams? Okay, fine, we'll trade him. I think he's distancing himself from Gase to the point where he goes, hey, I've given him everything that he's ever wanted. Because Gase is still on his, hey, it's not the plays. It's the execution. It's the players. It's the talent. We don't have it. He's quick to throw.
No, he said we don't. Right, we don't.
Nothing's wrong with him. Yeah. Remember last week I said that he wasn't making the offensive play calling, and then said, "Oh, well, I was only doing third down and situational." So the guy's clearly a pathological liar. The guy clearly contradicts himself, and he thinks he's an offensive genius when he's not. His big claim to fame is the year that he was the offensive coordinator. The year that Peyton Manning broke the touchdown record with 55 touchdowns. Dude, you weren't the offensive coordinator. You weren't the quarterback's coach. You were just the guy that held Peyton Manning's cleats. Like, you were behind Peyton Manning, one of the greatest players of all time. Right. Like, fuck off. You can't take credit for it. So what I've been seeing is that, okay, if Gase goes, I'm sure he went to Christopher Johnson and Joe Douglas, like, this guy fucking Greg Williams rushed 6 guys 2 plays in a row, or 9 guys 2 plays in a row. Get him out of here. And they go, okay, buddy, whatever you want, man. So when it finally comes down to Black Monday, the day that most coaches get fired, the first Monday after the NFL season, regular season has officially been over, is when most of these coaches get fired. That's when Adam Gase is gone.
I hope so. I truly hope so.
He needs to go.
We'll hope. And now on the lighter mood, we got Giants Seahawks.
Man.
Johnny Kev, you guys, you just go. All I want to say is that the Seahawks are who I said they were. But go ahead.
Right.
Nah, go first.
What was I say?
Johnny, what do you take from this game, John?
That the Giants defense, it's solid, had its inconsistencies, but after this game, I can really say like the Giants defense is real. Like it was solid, good, has inconsistencies, early on and stuff. But at this point, I can say that Giants defense is real. They play hard. Shout out to my guy Joe Judge. Woo-hoo! I can't wait, man. It looks good. Unfortunately, I did pick them to win this pool, but I didn't pick them in our other pool.
The money.
I didn't pick them.
It doesn't matter, John. You still won in the money pool.
I still won, but
Kev was the only loyal nigga to still stick with him.
Cause I'm not gonna lie, Colt McCoy, I didn't like how he looked last week. Coming in to sub for Daniel Jones, it was looking real bad.
But he's a pro. He's a game manager, bro.
Yeah, he managed, even though he threw
That's what people say when they can't throw. They're a game manager.
Nah.
He managed the game, but when you have like a real defense, you're supposed to not throw a pass, no crazy passes, run the ball. Try to get no crazy passes, run the ball, play defense, and that's that's the formula.
Yeah.
But we locked up Russell Wilson, and we was able to shut that Seattle offense down. So
Bro,
it's a good step. It's a good step. And the Giants won that game, missing out 2 of his best players. Obviously, one won't come back this season, but he'll be back next year. And my guy Daniel Jones should be back. I believe they say he'll be playing next week. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if Daniel Jones would have played, we probably would have blew the Seahawks out. That's just my opinion. The way the game
lost, or probably lost.
Nah, we would have won. We blew them out, I think.
No, they ain't blown them out.
Nah, in my professional opinion, I think the Giants have a better defense than most of the top 10 power ranked teams in right now. So if they could put some wins together, definitely, like we were talking about prior to the pod, could definitely win a playoff game.
Yeah.
I'm not committing to saying that we're gonna make a run until we're there. We'll take that week by week basis.
Right.
But overall, I think Wayne Gallman is playing his ass off.
My Marquee Misses player.
Huh?
My Marquee Misses
But
player.
Alfred Morris was the one that got most of the touchdowns, though, no? Alfred Morris got most of the touchdowns, though, no?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Alfred Morris scored the running touchdown. He ran it in for from 5 yards less.
5 yards,
Yeah, he vultured most of them, right? Yeah.
But Gallman had 135 yards.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wayne Gallman, he's playing his ass off because he wants to stay on the team and be a backup to Saquon when he gets back, or he wants to get starting back money if he gets signed somewhere else.
Yeah, he trying to show why he already know that Saquon team. So he's he's gonna ball to show his potential and gonna try and work out him a deal another somewhere else. But Johnny, like I was saying, I don't know if they would have won. Like you said, they would have blew him out with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, like Kev was saying, we talk about game manager. Daniel Jones be trying too much. So
no, but my point was on certain plays, like Colt McCoy was a little mobile. We know he's older. He's not as mobile as Daniel Jones, but he was looking a little mobile in the pocket. I'm not saying he's not a threat. But I feel like on certain plays, Daniel
Jones would have looked better in those situations.
His mobility would have killed that Seahawks defense.
Got you.
He would have kept them on the field. Obviously, with Daniel Jones, he's definitely capable of giving up the ball on a fumble or throwing a pick. Yeah, but he hasn't turned over the ball the last couple of games, and I feel like his mobility would have been a huge threat for the Seahawks. So the combination of him and Goldman going off would have been more It would have worked out. I think it would have worked. We could killed them all.
Right. I got you.
And I'm more than happy to say that Joe Judge, whatever you doing, brother, you getting the boys ready to play week in and week out.
Yeah.
Well, again, this is
a win. He's getting them ready.
This the perfect time for them to have that surge coming into the end of the season.
I said this off air, but I'm going to say it on air for not Johnny and Kev. This is not to offend you guys. You guys know how I feel about you guys and your fandom. But Giant fans, you go to the playoffs. You win that first round of that wild card round in the playoffs.
It's Super Bowl or nothing. They're gonna be like Super Bowl.
And you start 0-4 next season. Keep that same energy you have today.
No, bro.
Because I guarantee you're still right now.
No. If they win that wild card game, if they win that wild card game, it's Super Bowl. You can't tell.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fine. Another story that we talked about off air. I was sitting at a bar restaurant after this game. Yes, we were wearing masks. Yes, we were socially distancing. I really wanted some fucking wings. Get off my back. It is what it is. So one of the servers turns to his buddy and he goes, "Giants are going to the Super Bowl." Fired up after beating the Seahawks. You know, whatever. You guys know how I feel about the Seahawks. And then as I couldn't help myself and I laughed, like hysterically laughed. Everyone looked at me. No one said a word to me. I just kept my mouth shut. I was like, I'm not going to try to get into a fight during COVID. It is what it is. I'm out of here. I'm not going to get into a debate with some fucking moron who's 17 and all he's seen was the Giants win Super Bowls, twice in his lifetime pretty much. So as I'm walking out, he turns back to that guy. I don't know if you heard me, but Giants are going to the Super Bowl. Giants are playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Giants are going to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So keep that same energy, guy from restaurant that I went to that I won't say because I don't want you guys to know where I eat my wings. But I live in Westchester. Figure it out. Next up, we got Rams Cardinals. Pretty boring game until the end. There's a lot of garbage time points there, but the final score was 38-28. Finally, Cam Akers has emerged.
And Kyler's
finally.
Still hurt. Kyler's still hurt.
And Kyler's shaking it off.
Shaking it off, man.
I feel like we wouldn't be doing our jobs if I didn't talk about how, with the exception of 3 catches, 46 yards, and a touchdown, Jalen Ramsey played one of the best wide receivers in the NFL pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he shut him down. He definitely didn't shut him down, but I mean, he played hard, and the Rams kind of look like that weird team that it's like they could win it. They could string a couple playoff wins, and who knows? I mean, I'm not going to say they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but they're definitely an NFC conference contender, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Next up, we got Chargers Patriots.
Johnny.
Crash.
Hold on.
How you feeling?
Yo, I swear, the Patriots will be in a better situation if Cam never caught COVID. They were striving at the best, and the COVID put them in the opposite direction. Their record would be so much better.
So currently they are
6-6. They're 6-6.
No, I'm saying as far as eating.
They're like ninth or 10th.
Hang on, I'm pulling up. I'm fact checking because I pulled up the wrong tab here. Come on, load up.
That guy.
So currently the Patriots are the 10th seed, and going forward, they have Thursday Night Football against the Rams on a short week. Again, team that's really hot. Then this is in LA, so yeah, they are staying in LA. Because they just play the Chargers. They are staying in LA, playing the Rams on a short week. Then they go to Miami for a 1:00 game. Then they are home to the Bills, and then they're home to the Bills, and then they're home to the New York Jets. I'm looking for an easy win, right? Like layup, dunk, like you can call it an easy win.
One.
Against the Jets. They have to win out.
I think they will.
You think they win 5 straight. No problem. 6 straight. No problem.
Not that bad. Winning 6 straight games not impossible.
Well, they won this week and the week before. So.
All right.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's not impossible. Win six in a row, that's not impossible.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Rams is one of those sneaky good teams, but they're not like elite good. So it's like they can be beat. Like they're not
ordinary.
They
Nah,
not.
on any given day, y'all know the one man on that team that will wreck a whole game. The Rams.
Aaron Donald.
Right, he would. Yeah.
And I don't think we don't give enough credit to that offense. I think the most slept on player on that offense, obviously there's Cooper Kupp. Obviously, that running game, it doesn't really matter who they have, whether no, Robert Woods again, really when he's healthy, when he's on the field and when he can produce and when Goff gets him the ball, their tight end Higbee. I mean, he had a game this week, and again, for a while, he was a pretty consistent receiver. And I'm not putting him on the Kelsey Kittle level,
right?
But he's on that lower tier. I guess you want to put him with if you want to put him with Jared Cook, Jonnu Smith. Now, he's not on the Darren Waller level, but I think I think he's at. What's the guy from Green Bay right now? Tolian. I think they're both very hand in hand. I would give the slight advantage to Higbee. I think once that offense is clicking, they just gotta get the play action going and again short intermediate passes to the tight end. And Tyler Higbee showed up. He had 2 touchdowns last week.
But Goff just remind me a lot of Kirk Cousins. They really ain't that good.
Yeah.
Goff is solid, but he still got some more to do. But he's good. He's good. He's just one of those borderline players that shows one game shows that's the real deal, and it's what the fuck.
Yeah. But just a quick stat before we move on to the next game. Bill Belichick. Honestly, I probably should have checked. Obviously, I think this is our first shutout of the NFL season. Sorry, Chargers. Bill Belichick is 3-0 against Anthony Lynn since he took over the head coaching job in San Diego / LA in 2017, and he's gotten pretty beat up. And I don't know where he stands. Obviously, we do want our minority head coaches in the NFL, but I don't know. Chargers are not a good football team right now, and
really not.
So it is what it is. Again, I'm sorry, they're a talented football team. They're just not getting it together, and honestly, that's the Chargers in a nutshell. Right. I don't care who the coach is. I don't care who the quarterback is. That's just who they've always been.
Nah, they saying Herbert should have never cut his hair, bro. They calling him the white Samson and shit.
Yeah, maybe he had lice. Yeah, big time. Yeah, it's
he's been shorter since he cut his hair.
It's as short as mine. It's almost as short as mine. It's bad.
I thought he still had the lock.
The locks are gone.
And
the locks are gone.
He ain't won a game since he cut his hair, bro.
Everybody knows that when you cut your hair as a celebrity or an athlete, your entire demeanor changes. It's T-Pain cut his hair. He pretty much fell off. Ludacris.
You're talking about he was on The Masked Singer, and Ludacris was on. Luda was in the Fast and the Furious series. Luda got that money.
He's known after release therapy. No one was copping Ludacris albums.
Yeah, you're bugging. I'll cop a Ludacris.
Yeah, I was copping Theater of the Mind when Ludacris is out.
I'm with
Next up,
Busta Rhymes for a little bit. Busta Rhymes when he first cut his hair.
We're gonna let this go.
Your magic and all that dips a little bit. Not saying
it's called dreadlock powers. If you cut your dreadlocks, you are no longer a good NFL player. If Derrick Henry cuts that lock, it's a dub for him.
Yo, remember before we move on, niggas they used to say yo, do he got dreads? If he got dreads, he's nice.
Chiseled Adonis. I'll give you a little shout out. Fuck it, whatever. Chiseled Adonis does the weekly recaps, and his big thing is Derrick Henry turns to dreadlock verse 625, and he's unleash the dreadlock powers, and you will have flowers or whatever, and he breaks through whatever. There's a whole thing. It's fucking hilarious. Follow him, watch his videos. He does always get flagged because he does not have the rights to the NFL films. Anyway,
cut your hair, man.
Next up, we got Sunday Night Football, probably one of the worst Sunday Night Footballs in history.
Oh, hell yeah.
We got Eagles, Packers. Your boy, I'm gonna go to you, Drew. Your boy, Carson Wentz. I know you like him. I know you liked him early on in his career. You picked him in every league. You picked him in every league in fantasy. The single years that you won. You loved you some Carson Wentz.
Is a different thing.
You loved you some Carson Wentz.
Stop that.
He was
Don't
benched.
say that lie.
And final score: Packers 30, Eagles 16. Jalen Hurts throws his first touchdown in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers, I'm gonna say it early. Looks like an MVP.
Yeah, he do.
Looks like an MVP.
Definitely do.
Looks like an MVP.
The bad man's not the. He looks like MVP, but he's in far second. We all know he's MVP.
Of course, but so here's my debate, and maybe we'll do this on a Bag It or Trash It. No, of course, and maybe we'll do this on a Bag It or Trash It in the future. But I think that Aaron Rodgers is. I'm not saying he's done by any means. Obviously, he's playing one of his best seasons he's played.
He's not
since he's won the Super Bowl. How long ago was that now? 2008.
It was 2010.
Oof.
He got that chip. He got that chip on his shoulder, man.
And by any means, he's not done. But I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a long career in the NFL. And I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities to win several MVPs. He already has an MVP. And I think at this point, and then maybe we'll get to another future Bag It or Trash It. But it's this whole thing with awards and how it goes out. But honestly, I think Aaron Rodgers is the MVP this year.
Bullshit.
I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes. Duh. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes for the next 15 years. It's like the LeBron debate.
That Devontae Adams catch was nasty, though. The throw was nasty for him to even throw it in that fucking in that situation though.
Devontae cheat code. Devontae baby Randy Tate and shit.
Word, man, cuz.
Baby Randy Tate.
That's a Madden reference.
Right.
That's an old school beat Berkeley Madden reference.
It's Madden reference.
Yeah.
Baby Randy Tate.
Wasn't that Steph character?
Yeah.
Those steps. Yeah.
I swear one day while we wasn't in the room, he turned everything up on that player.
Niggas like 6'10" and shit.
Yo, bro. Jumping out the gym, bro.
Yeah. Just throw it deep and shit. Get on Dave. What's up? What's
losing, you know you're losing bad in Madden when you gotta check and make sure the person ain't all Madden in the middle.
Yeah.
Yo, what you got the settings on? Yo, let me check the settings. All right, let me check the settings. Let me check your players and shit. You turned the slides up and shit.
Y'all did. I seen these two kids fight because when I was younger, I saw my friend Kadeem and Devon's house, and this one kid was really about to fight another kid because
he's at Kadeem's house.
Kadeem, his name's Kadeem.
Kadeem, he from Nigeria?
No, Kadeem. Cowboy. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Nah, it's not him. But dude was really about to fight this other kid because he wouldn't let him play the game on easy play, and he was telling this was about to fight go to blows because he didn't know how to make field goals the regular way. So he put on easy play. So he didn't start
slow as hell and shit.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah, you can tell when someone's cheating in Madden when you see the kick meter. When the kick meter is slow, you're like, all right, something's not right here. Anyway, the moral of the story is Eagles suck. Again, sorry, B. Brooks. Sorry, Tiff.
Eagles are trash.
They're not a good football team. Also, Jalen Hurts was named the starting quarterback going forward. So we will see.
Let's go. Black man taking a white man's job. Let's go.
Yeah.
And who the Eagles play this week?
I will pull that up for you. Hang on.
They have another tough game.
Eagles have the Saints. So that's another loss. It is in Philly.
At least they're not completely throwing Jalen to the wolves. The Saints don't really got that good of a defense.
No, the defense is actually.
The defense is what keeps them in games. The defense is what keeps them in games for sure.
Defense
for sure.
Is but like I said,
next
he's not
up,
facing Aaron Donald first week.
Next up, we got Broncos Chiefs in one of the most cocky, arrogant Broncos games I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Again, this was my like underrated team of the year at the beginning of this show. And again, it just fell apart. Obviously, it is my life as a sports fan. I can't root for anybody or anything. Things just go wrong. I had a little hot streak with my Marquee Misses, but recently it's been pretty shitty with most of my guys actually not even starting. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was sick. Sat on the sidelines.
Devastating, bro.
Yeah, it kind of sucked. Obviously, they're not using Le'Veon Bell, so good move on their part. There was a couple things called back. Tyreek Hill definitely caught that touchdown. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, he did.
That was a touchdown. He did another backflip. That was cool. But Melvin Gordon gets in the end zone, and Drew Lock throws a touchdown late when they were down, and there was no way they were going to win that game. And they were, like, dancing in front of cameras. Drew Lock is out here fucking, like, rapping or whatever the fuck he was doing. He was dancing, doing his little thing. Oh, no, he was doing the Hulk Hogan. That's what he was doing. He was doing one of these. It's like, bro, you're down. Obviously, the Chiefs are the Chiefs.
Melvin Gordon had 131 yards.
Yeah, no, great game for Melvin Gordon. Sat on my bench in multiple leagues because he is very inconsistently inconsistent. And I wish I would have started him because I did lose one. Uh-oh.
What happened? You got loud as hell for a second.
I know.
Are you good now?
I'm good now. All right. Anybody else got anything else on that Chiefs-Broncos game?
Sound like you was talking to a subwoofer and shit.
Yeah, it was really loud. I even heard myself. It scared me.
But Chiefs is just the Chiefs. But I just feel like Chiefs are too cocky. These games have been too close. They start off good. They allow teams to come back. They almost let Tampa come back. And I feel like the dominance we
cocky, bro. I think is they just come out
too lax.
They come out the gates letting teams like show them what they about, and then it's like,
I need them to. I just need them to keep their.
I'm sorry. Guys, Alyssa just came home from work, and she walked in the door, and I think this is the first time she's ever done it. She walked in the door, cracked open a beer, and poured it in a glass, and she just finished it.
Oh, wow.
This all happened in
one of those days.
Less than 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Good for her.
Good shit.
For her.
Les.
We'll talk about it later.
But no, I just need Chiefs to keep their foot on the gas, man, because that lax shit they've been doing recently, I feel like it's gonna bite them in the ass.
When they win their games, they just telling the ropes. Boxing, telling the ropes. Let you come, get a few hits in, and game over.
Just not KO.
Game over.
No, and that's the thing. Like I think I talked about it. What was it? 2 weeks ago when Patrick Mahomes had like 45 seconds left. It's like it was that, and like they went down the field. It was against the Raiders, and they went down the field and just scored immediately.
They're just too good. They're really.
Hot take. Chiefs not winning the Super Bowl.
I'm
putting it out there.
It's a possibility.
It is hard to. Yeah, it is hard to two-peat for sure, especially in NFL. It's super hard.
No,
you know what?
They're not gonna win the Super Bowl because the fucking Giants is going.
There goes that energy. Keep sipping that Kool-Aid. I would like to. You know what? I'm man enough. Hey, Dev, you care to make a bet on that?
Oh, there we go.
On air?
What's up? Yeah, what's up? I'm a gambling man. I love gambling.
I think that they will. I think that they will get to the Super Bowl. I think they will win the Super Bowl. I don't care who they play. I think they're going to win.
Let's put $50 on it.
50? Done.
Bet.
Done.
All right, y'all heard it right here. $50.
Very first.
All right.
Episode 33.
Okay, are we going to do any?
Just 34,
dickhead.
You don't want to do like you don't want to do like any props, like to where we, maybe humiliation bets too. I'm all in for the humiliation bet.
If I win, I get 50, and then I get to snuff you.
Okay, and if I win, I get the 50, and you have to wear your hair like Kev wears his hair.
Well, I gotta cut the middle.
All of it, the whole thing. No, it's all got to go.
I gotta like cut the middle and then keep.
No, it's all got to go, all of it.
No, I'm not cutting my hair. I'm not cutting
Nah,
my hair.
tell him he gotta lock his hair for like 3 months.
I could do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. I like that better.
I could do that.
I like that better.
No.
Not for 3 months. You have to do it until the following Super Bowl.
Damn. Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Come
on, it has to be fun.
We gotta do it.
You're trying to have me look like young. Trying to have me look like young Chop and shit.
I want you to come in on every episode. I want you.
Yo, 3 months. 3 months, he can unlock it like pretty easily. After like
No.
3 or 4 months.
Well, with Dev texture of his hair, he probably could.
You gotta cut it, and then
I'm talking until the following Super Bowl, and instead of Dev starting the episode going, "What's up, guys?" You're gonna be starting the episode, "Wagwan, guys. Yo, it's Devin. My mama called me Devin, so you could call me Devin."
If I was to do that shit, I should have been long as hell. But I look like young Chop in this motherfucker. I ain't with that. So I'm not with that. Let's keep the $50
All
on.
right. So cool. 50 is
that the shit you don't like?
Yeah, word. That's the shit I don't like.
Next up, possibly the game of the fucking year. Washington, Pittsburgh. Dev and I called it last week. We said
that shit too.
This was the game. Oh, I'm sorry, Drew. I didn't know
shit.
you were in on it. We said this was the week that the Steelers needed to lose to just get the monkey off their back, get the L out of the way.
I call that shit.
Unfortunately, Washington loses Antonio Gibson to a toe. Hopefully, he'll be okay. But guess what? Turns out it didn't matter. Defense played good. Montez Sweat looks like a monster. Chase Young, obviously a monster. 2 guys that the Giants wanted bad, didn't get. But it is what it is. They play for the Redskins. They're good. That defense is good. Alex Smith, I don't care about Big Ben's comeback. Obviously, his team is 11-1 right now, and they're clearly going to go to the playoffs. And Washington might be on the outside looking in, regardless. But Alex Smith, even him just going on the field, he deserves to be the comeback player of the year. Period. I said this when we did the bag of the trash that if Big Ben should be the comeback player of the year. I think Big Ben definitely has the better stats, definitely has the better team. But Alex Smith literally almost died, and he led his team to beat the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers. So good for him.
That ain't that bad.
Good for Washington. Antonio Gibson get better soon, and shout out to DCAP because I'm gonna do a little bit more on the Washington football team. Sims looks like a great receiver as well, and their tight end Logan Thomas, I want to say his name is.
Yeah,
that kid looks good too. So Washington, I don't want to say watch out for them. They still don't have a proper quarterback. Obviously, Alex Smith is not the future, but this team could eventually, potentially, maybe one day turn it around. And now I sound like a Jet fan. So, yeah.
No, good shit. Washington football team.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we got Monday Night Football, Bills, 49ers. Niners actually played pretty well until the Bills just ran away with it.
Sherm looks old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He do look old.
But you know what, though? Like, that's not fair because Sherm had that year last year where he bet on himself and he played very well. And he played very well up until this game. So, hey, listen,
let's go.
you can't always have –
well, he got cooked in
by Beasley, too, a couple times. Jeez.
Yeah.
It just
Cole
sucks.
Beasley.
Trevor was talking about how it's just last year in San Francisco and everything. And Monday night, he gets killed. He gets cooked up. So I guess they'll be parting ways at the end of the season, and it'll be mutual.
And then Beasley set the record for like the most yards for a player under 5'8" or 5'8", under 5'10" or something like that.
What do you have, like 130 yards or some shit like that?
Something like that.
Crazy. All in all, I learned nothing from this game except for Josh Allen looks a little bit more accurate, which I like to see from him.
He looks more comfortable.
Right. Yeah. He's not just like doing the Josh Allen thing where he's just like, I'm going to run around for a little bit. I'm going to look around and I'm just, fuck it. I'm going to throw it up. Or fuck it. I'm just going to throw it this way. I'm going to no look this way. He looks a little bit more composed. He's not always going for the run. And, the 49ers end of it is they win games, they lose games. And Kyle Shanahan is still a really good coach. Every other year, this team is either injured or they're healthy. When they're healthy, they're very good.
Right.
When they're injured, their whole fucking team is injured. So I think Kyle Shanahan is the right guy. I just think they need a better team doctor or something, or maybe a better team trainer.
Right. I was about to say, like
I said,
another conditioning coach.
Another conditioning coach, something, because, and again, you can blame MetLife all you want that took out half their team early on.
They've had injuries after that, though.
But it's literally every other year the 49ers are a very good football team, or they're just like a team that's like, yeah, these guys are hurt. And Nick Mullins, again, is having another pretty good year. I think that guy's going to eventually – he's going to eventually be a starting quarterback somewhere.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And that pretty much wraps up the NFL Week 13. Cowboys are down 10, Ravens 27, and that's in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes to go. Looks like this game's over.
And the Cowboys missed 2 easy field goals. Zerline shanked 2.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the NFL recap. Let's get into the honorable mentions. The biggest of the honorable mentions is Westbrook to the Wizards and Wall to the Rockets.
Who ended up getting the first round pick in that?
Rockets.
I know.
Rockets.
Rockets.
So the Wizards traded Wall and a first rounder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
DQ, who you think won that trade?
Wizards.
You think the Wizards won the trade?
Yeah, because like a lot of people give Westbrook this like identity of he doesn't know how to facilitate or he's selfish, but him and Bradley Beal I can see are gonna do damage and are gonna do more on the court than John Wall and Harden are going to.
And plus they're in the Eastern Conference too. Like that
I don't know if you want to play for Houston.
Right. Harden might not be there.
First of all, like if I'm a GM and a player wants to get traded, I'm not trading him to no contending team. Fuck out of here. You want to leave? Are you staying here? Or you gonna stay here? You gonna stay here on trading for some garbage? You gonna be?
They actually said that Harden is willing to give the Philly a try. Like he's actually opening up to
team.
go to
staying there.
Philly ain't that really much of a contending team, to be honest with you.
I mean,
Harden go there.
Yeah, if you put a Harden in there and then you got Joel Embiid, so like you become one of the favorites over there real quick. But again, Houston, they've started their training camp because as we all know, NBA preseason starts Friday. But Houston is not giving up Harden for nothing. They not gonna do one of those bullshit where it's like, all right, we're gonna take some bullshit. You unhappy, so we just gonna let you go.
But the weird thing about it is like the Houston success is all like Harden's fault. Like remember, no one tells you to shoot fucking 70 times a game. I'm just saying.
It's the way that D'Antoni ran this system, honestly, though.
D'Antoni's always been a horrible coach, and a running gun doesn't work. I'm sorry to tell people that.
That's definitely true. Like
running gun has literally never worked for D'Antoni at any point in time. Like if you think about it, it's never worked for him, except for that one time.
Won to the finals.
Well, what happened?
What that 15 years ago?
Yeah, but what happened? Motherfuckers.
Right. I'm thinking about Phoenix.
Niggas was too immature and got like even Phoenix niggas was too immature and walked on the court and got suspended. Running gun does not work. Having your players run the court the entire time and pass within the first 5 seconds of the shot clock is not an efficient way to play basketball at all.
Mm-hmm.
D'Antoni would be the ultimate Drew League coach. If he was in the Drew League coach, he'd be winning. Dykeman. His team be winning every year. But Drew, who do you feel won the trade? The Wizards or the Rockets?
I have to see if John Wall would be
right now at this moment. Who you think won the trade? Wizards or the Rockets?
Okay, right now I'm going with the Wizards. If you have me to pick right now,
Right.
If
That was
you
the
want
point.
to hear my original,
Now you can go into the spiel.
my
You can go into the
gut
spiel after.
question. If John Wall is John Wall, then and they will win the straight. But if you force me to pick right now on his face, the Wizards. But if John Wall gets back, the Rockets. Watch out for the Rockets.
Thank you, Drew. That's all I wanted to know, bro. You can get into the extra after.
No, but you gotta let me explain though. Like you want this immediate thing. Like come on, son.
Tell him, Drew.
We have a
right. Answer the question and then give me the extra. Also, in case
I am answering the question.
Honorable mentions: LeBron just signed an extension, as well as AD signed an extension.
LeBron signed an extension for what, like 85 mil?
85 2-year extension, 85 mil.
Well, AD got a five-year deal, right?
5
It's
years.
like 100. What is like 190? I think it was. I forgot.
5 years. I think it's 5 years, 195.
He should have that 3-year deal and bounce at the LeBron league.
Nah, he gonna be the face of the Lakers for a while. All right, Johnny, over and under. Lakers winning 2 championships.
2 more? Or
2 more. 2 more. 2 more over and under.
That's a push.
I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm gonna take the under on that.
Eddie, over and under.
You said 2 more.
2 more championships.
What is it? Two or more?
No, 2 more titles. We won one, but we're gonna win 2 more titles.
Also, a total of 3 under LeBron and AD.
Right. Yeah.
Over or under? I'll take the line. So it's just 2 more, and that's it.
Kev.
I'm doing the same thing.
Kev, over and under.
Yeah. I'm gonna go under, but I think definitely they're gonna repeat this year.
Right. DQ.
I'm definitely taking the line, but I can definitely see them getting 1 more at least.
Yeah.
As a Lakers fan, I feel like they're gonna get 1 more at least.
Don, you said over?
For me? No, I said under.
Okay.
Only thing I think is I really feel AD should have signed.
That's surprising, John.
That's the only thing I don't like about this whole deal. You should have signed for 3 years.
As crazy as LeBron looks,
up.
you have to understand LeBron is only getting older.
Right.
I mean, I understand that. That's why I'm only pushing the line with my question. Like, I would say 2 more, and then it's kind of you got to figure out how to build
also,
beyond
I feel like
that.
the field is gonna get better and better.
Right.
So,
right. And again,
I mean that's definite. That's a definite.
I think we all pretty consistent with that. I'm taking the line. I definitely feel like they are fit to repeat this upcoming season and then sneak one out before LeBron call it a quits. So
what year is Bron in?
He's going into year 18.
Just go.
Oh, yeah,
he's
definitely retiring at 20.
I don't know.
I don't know LeBron.
Well, the regular's 22.
I thought he retiring.
The regular is 22. And
LeBron's gonna retire like the cops that are like getting first grade, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm definitely gonna retire next year." It's like, "Yeah, but we'll give you another $10K for your retirement." And you're like, "All right, I'll stay 1 more year."
His deal runs through his 21st season though, so he plays out his contract. He'll play 21 seasons.
Again,
right,
LeBron,
and then wherever Bronny gets drafted is where he'll go.
At the end of his contract, LeBron will still probably be a top 5 player by the end of this contract, and then he will fall back and become like a top 10, top 15 player.
Remember, he started.
I'll say like a top 10 at the end.
About time his 20th season come, he's still not gonna be 40, so he's still Gucci. So
like I wouldn't say top 5.
By the time his 20th, he's only 30. He's only be 38. So
I mean, Drew, he a top 5 right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about like because after he signed the extension, so that means after this he still got 1 year to go on this contract, don't he?
Yeah, this year and next year on the original contract, then he got the 2 more years.
Then he got 2 more years, so I'm giving him 2 years.
Never mind. So
I get what you're
contract
saying,
taking the same length. Never mind that. I thought like AD to sign that 5-year, and LeBron to sign that 2 years with this year being this final year. But
it's the extension.
Okay, we Gucci then.
He has 2 years on OG contract and then 2 more years because of the extension.
Right. Also, honorable mentions: Mayweather, one of these Logan Paul brothers.
Wow. Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. He said
Logan Paul.
Logan.
Right, he's one of these Paul
Yo.
brothers. Jake just beat up Nate, and now Logan is set
Yo,
to fight
oh my God.
the greatest,
Why?
the
Yo,
greatest
this is.
boxer of all time. Johnny, this your
Yo,
man.
I want to see.
What I want to know
I
is
Why I want to see this shit.
They're clearly getting paid. Like,
Yeah, that's gonna be
that's what
funny.
I'm saying. So
I mean, no, they clearly getting paid, but why are you doing this? Like, this is bullshit.
Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna pose a
I'm not
question.
here for this. Is how you fuck up your legacy, bro. Like, this is bullshit. This is
Well,
It is take one
True.
punch.
bullshit.
Money.
Drew.
Mayweather. Floyd
So
Money.
here's my thing. How is Floyd in financial trouble?
No.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what.
Look. I mean, I'm sure if you Google his net worth, I'm sure it's up there. I will do that while I talk.
Yeah.
He's probably worth at least.
I'm sure it's up there. But
He's
I mean,
probably at least close to that.
you think you know someone, and you don't know if they have gambling debt. I mean, Floyd has made clearly a shitload of money.
450 mil.
He said
450 mil, and he actually averages 300 million a fight.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I don't know if he's got baby mama drama. I don't know if he's got
he owed a bookie or somebody.
Illegitimate kids. He owes a bookie. Yeah, exactly. His daughter's going to jail for beating up that guy. So that's like a whole big thing.
That's alleged,
So it's like I wonder what is
that alleged video is on video. So
right. And let's
his
be
situation is an alleged case, but it's worse than someone just getting beat up.
right. And let's be realistic here. If Logan Paul can even connect with Mayweather.
Nah, but just imagine if he did.
No. I'm not saying he's gonna knock him out. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's gonna knock him out. I'm just saying if Logan can even like get like the one hit on Mayweather where Mayweather's like face just kind of looks like silly, Logan won the fight like for himself. Now he didn't win the fight on paper. He didn't win the fight.
You really say that, Ed, though?
No. I'm not saying he didn't win the fight on paper. He's not going to win the fight overall. I don't think he's going to win the decision. But if he, Drew, let me finish. Drew, let me finish.
Okay,
if he just connects with him one time, because again, like Floyd's whole thing is you can't hit him. You can't hit him.
Bro, that man
he's gonna hit, and then stay back. And again, like you saw that with McGregor, right? An unexperienced boxer.
Yeah, McGregor hit him.
Where Floyd was just like, I'm gonna tire this guy out. I'm gonna give these people a show, so they feel like that their money was worth it. And then when it's time, I'm gonna take him out. I feel like he's gonna do the same thing with Logan. But for me, in my eyes, I mean, Logan Paul and Jake Paul, these guys are internet icons,
sensation.
Right? They're YouTube icons. There's no one that can touch them at this point. Logan, I can't even fucking keep up with their names. All Logan needs to do, touchdown. All Logan needs to do is hit him one time and get like a clean like video that they can just constantly play of Logan hitting him in the face, and so Logan won the fight. Like again,
that's a moral victory.
The decision's gonna go to Mayweather. Mayweather could knock him out, and it'll still be Logan Paul hit the shit out of Floyd Mayweather.
That's literally like the
but either way, all that being said, Mayweather's
gonna
probably
hit is a boxing match. You can hit somebody.
But it's next edition.
You get a clean hit on somebody on a boxing match. It's a boxing match.
On the show, he's knocking him out in the first round.
Yo, first of all, this is exactly what's gonna happen. What's the name? Paul ain't never gonna touch Floyd. And Floyd's not gonna get a chance to knock him out because they're gonna do him dirty like they did the Conor fight and call it. Once he
are you gonna say they're gonna do Floyd dirty the way they did De La Hoya dirty when De La Hoya gave him a boxing lesson and Floyd got the W?
Nah, that's different, bro. That's different.
I'm just saying, I'm still bitter about that fight.
This some bullshit. Like y'all all saying, okay, you can't really compare Conor and this Paul kid because Conor is a fighter. You expect, regardless of him being out of his sport, you expect him to at least compete or land a few times. He's a professional fighter. But this Paul kid, this is like a mockery to Floyd's like resume, his legend. Like
That's all my point is.
You not fucking. This ain't fucking celebrity death match or celebrity boxing.
Again,
shit
I want to know who he owes money.
The Paul brothers is taking this boxing thing serious.
But again, and that's
my
but they not out there though.
Logan Paul is blessed to be in the ring with Mayweather, but I don't think he deserves the opportunity to fight Mayweather. But
no way deserves the opportunity to fight him.
To fight Mayweather.
Well,
maybe, like I said, maybe Mayweather's trying to get some revenge for Nate, and he just wants to fuck a Paul brother up. Maybe.
This is that bullshit. Like it's a bullshit match. You go win like one round.
Or reality where anyone thinks Logan Paul is gonna put hands on Mayweather or even beat him. You know?
It's not even he's not gonna beat him.
It's not even a question. This is a 1 round fight. Probably like at the most 2 minutes.
I think the main thing that we're all ignoring right now is that Logan Paul. Also, side note, the other rumor is that Jake will fight Connor, but we'll see how that goes. But if that happens, whatever. But what we're not talking about is
they're not supposed to win. That's not the win for them.
No. Exactly.
In the ring and get landed anything is the win.
Yep.
Like
so, for Floyd to even put himself in a ring with this kid is a mockery to his resume because again, this kid wins off the strength of Floyd Mayweather saying yes to this bullshit.
Exactly.
This kid wins.
Exactly.
Now, say hypothetically he gets one clean, like Ed said, one clean punch where they could take a picture, make a GIF about it or a GIF or whatever the fuck they call
a GIF. Yeah.
Right. Whatever the
and it's on a loop. And it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter, it's on fucking YouTube.
This is a moral victory.
Yeah. And honestly,
he gonna make another YouTube video about it and he gonna get another bag. Like
and he'll get like Roy Jones Jr. to fight him, or he'll get fucking Evander Holyfield to fight him. Oh, another honorable mention: Evander Holyfield wants Tyson.
Do it. I'm with it.
No teeth.
Well, I'm pretty sure Tyson will be taking another fight eventually. So
I think Holyfield might actually try to bite Tyson's ear off. What you think?
He just come in.
That would be payback.
Open mouth and shit.
I love to see that. I would love to see that shit.
Just come back, open mouth and shit. But that's honorable mention. Anything else on the docket, fellas, for honorable mention? Anybody got anything?
I think I'm good.
I think we're good.
All right.
Actually, I got something. They're adding breakdancing to
the Olympics.
The Olympics.
Yeah. No, that was a guess.
Are they adding skateboarding again this year?
So
guess what?
Considering skateboarding, surfing, and something else for the 2021 Olympics.
Guess what? China's gonna beat us because they get everything 40 years after us.
No, wait, pause. Time out. I'm sorry. I want to take that back. They're considering surfing and skateboarding and something else for the 2024 Olympics, but breakdancing is officially in the 2021 Olympics.
They need to put dice in there.
Who's gonna take it?
You get on some CeeLo?
Get me.
5, 6 chips.
Speaking of CeeLo,
chips.
Y'all see the video? Y'all see the video of Tory Lanez on the private jet? He's clearly playing craps. But this nigga's yelling head crack. That's not what you yelling craps, is it?
Head crack, ain't that spoons?
No, it's like I know, like if you get
spoons is a fun game.
If you get like in like CeeLo,
CeeLo
I used to be playing that shit.
Yeah, that's in the Olympics too, though. Spoon fighting, but
I have Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, like he was yelling like the wrong phrases, trying to show off during the dice game.
He from Canada. What you expect, bro?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I have one more honorable mention. I feel like we briefly talked about the NBA, but my favorite thing that came out this week was a quote from Kyrie Irving. This is the first time in my career I can look down and be like, that motherfucker can make a shot too. So obviously Kyrie Irving did play with LeBron James, so kind of took a little shot astray.
LeBron got sat like a few months later.
Yeah. And does anybody have the LeBron tweet or no?
He's being a hater.
Yeah, LeBron.
In the chat.
LeBron.
I really why LeBron get that mad over it. He should have addressed it where it first happened.
Again,
this happened like 2 months ago.
He was on Richard Jefferson's podcast, and he was actually discussing it saying like, it hurt his feelings that he wanted the best for Kyrie. All he did was try to make Kyrie MVP player. Yeah. So for Kyrie to be saying shit like this, it really hurt him and shit.
I actually have the quote.
Kyrie's hating.
I actually have the quote. LeBron was on that podcast, the road tripping podcast, that is. He said, I was like, damn, the whole time I was in Cleveland, I only wanted to see Kyrie to be the MVP in our league. I only cared about his success. It's kind of it's kind of hurt. It kind of hurt me a little bit, period. So, yeah, LeBron shouldn't be that upset. Obviously, he knows he's the best player in the NBA.
Kyrie's defense, when Bron shoot, it looked like it hurt a little bit. But when KD shoot, that shit's like.
Kev, what did you call KD? What did you call KD when he first got big in the NBA?
What did I call him?
Yeah, what did you used to call him?
I don't know. One of the best shooters ever.
Nah, you used to call him a mutant. You used to dissect his elbow, and you were like, "Yo,
he got an extra bone in his arm somewhere. He's got an extra joint right in here,
All right, so since we on LeBron, I'm gonna do a little switcheroo.
Okay.
Might know. Okay, so
was trying to put them to sleep, bro.
That was in case you missed it, but we're gonna get into bag of the trash. Now, because we just touched on LeBron, we're gonna start this next segment with LeBron. Now, LeBron was on this podcast and he was discussing, his position as the greatest player to play the ball, play in the NBA. He said, this was for everybody else to discuss. Everybody gonna have their opinion. Everybody gonna have their criteria. It's not up to him. All he know is he's won 2 of the toughest NBA finals of all time. So take that as you will. He's won 2 of the toughest NBA finals of all time. So the first question, a bag of the trash. Did LeBron win the 2 toughest finals in NBA history? Kicking off to you, Drew. Bag of the trash.
I want to say trash it because athletes always say your first chip is always the toughest. Like coming up through, you work for that first championship, then the other ones kind of come easy. I want to say the Cleveland championship is definitely hard because on Cleveland he didn't really, except for Kyrie. That's mad tough because to say.
Well, that's what LeBron said. It was tough.
That.
Now that Cleveland chip.
So I mean, you bagging it or you trashing it, Drew? I need your answer.
It's hard though. I honestly don't have an answer really.
I know you love LeBron. I know it's tough.
I really don't have an answer to that.
Flip a coin.
To be honest.
All right, Kev, bag of the trash.
I really don't.
Did LeBron win 2 of the toughest NBA finals in NBA history?
He said that's a 2.
2? I'm gonna say trash it, but that him winning it for Cleveland really was
Yeah, I would say the Cleveland one.
But
yeah.
The Laker one is kind of your everyday championship. You went through your hardest. You went through that.
I thought you had your take, Drew.
I'm sorry. All right. Back to y'all. Back to y'all. My apologies. Go to the next question. Go to the next person.
John, bag of the trash.
Woo! Think about all the NBA finals. 2 of the hardest finals. He's been saying all NBA history. He won the 2 hardest.
Right, he won the 2 hardest on the circumstances that he beat the Warriors.
And just so we're clear, we're talking about 2016. We're talking about 2020, right?
Yeah,
Devin, though.
Coming back down 3-1 and the win in the bubble.
Right, and the win in the bubble, the play in the bubble, and win.
But Devin, I thought one question. I thought it was he was saying that he of his championships, not of all time.
No,
I thought
no,
it was
he
of
was
his
no,
championship.
no,
he
he
got
was
two
no,
of
he
his
was saying
titles, two.
right. 2 of his titles was under the toughest circumstances in NBA history. Like when you put him against all the champions and they discuss who's the best, you look at his resume. His championship,
technically.
his championship was against.
Oh, that's a definite trash then. If you want, if that's the question, that's a definite trash.
Okay.
My thing is,
all time, that's a definite trash.
Yo, my thing is, as far as the bubble is concerned, once they knew for certain that they didn't have COVID in the bubble, all of that should be like a hoop player's like dream, bro.
Yeah, that shit was
go downstairs, come back to your room, lock in, focus, relax.
Yeah, but that's gonna get to my point.
That shit's easy at that point.
I'm gonna trash it, but another thing is
surprise.
But I'm gonna trash it. But the thing also is, I look at it is like from the outside looking in. You all say like the bubble wasn't that hard. It doesn't look that hard. You play on neutral ground. You're going to like, but for these NBA players, they're making it seem like it was the hardest shit they did in their life.
Yeah, like they went to war, son.
Like it was locked up and forced to play basketball. You know, that's how it seems. That's how it seems. Like they were locked up.
They on Moron Mountain and shit.
Yeah.
But honestly though,
what was homie's name in Space Jam that was making he said he was gonna make Jordan play ball. That's
right. That's how they acted, right?
He was the one running.
That scene with the ball and chain and shit.
Mr. Swat Camera.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you play every day.
They playing on on
you
Moron
never
Mountain.
win.
Right, Moron Mountain.
But yeah, I from the outside looking in, we all say it, but for most part, a lot of players been saying that, like they hated life in the bubble. They love that they got to play basketball, but I guess
they're just mad they didn't get to stroke nothing when they got to their room, son.
The restrictions just, they used to do what they want. They get paid money, play ball, and do whatever they want. But
son, all I'm saying is for a dude like LeBron, when he gets back up to his room, he's happy with his solitude, bro. That's helping him go downstairs the next day and dominate.
But also another thing is probably they spend a lot of time in their room. But who knows?
Eddie, bag of the trash.
Again, I thought I was going to be breaking the mold here. I thought everybody would just agree and they would say bag it. But I'm going to trash it. I want to talk a little bit earlier about like as it goes for the 2020 season. I want to go back to what we talked about early on in the first couple of episodes of this podcast when guys were saying it feels like they're just shooting in the gym. Again, no fans, no like there's no clear backboard. The backboard, like again, it's like shooting around. Really? It's like practice. Again, it was an extended bubble where they extended a couple playoff teams. The unfortunate 8-0 Suns did not make it to the playoffs, and they should have. By the way, another honorable mention: Devin Booker does not like to be called Devin. He likes to be called D Book or Booker. Devin does not like to be called Devin. He likes to be called Dev. His mama calls him Devin, so you should probably call him Dev going forward. Maybe we change the intro. But I did a little bit of research here because, I am not that well-versed in basketball, but the first year that I was really, really into it was the first year I met most of you guys. Unfortunately, Kevin and I have known each other longer. But I look at the 09 Lakers. So you look about you think about the path that got them there. So the 09 Lakers had a combined winning percentage of the opponents that they played of 65.5 points. They beat the 48-34 Jazz. They beat the 53-29 Rockets, and they beat the 54-28 Nuggets. And then to finally clinch it all, they beat the 59-23 Magic. If you want to talk about pressure, I mean, the pressure of the Bulls winning right before the last stand. So the second title, the winning percentage of the opponents that they played was 68.6%. They played the 44-38 then Washington Bullets, 56-26 Atlanta Hawks, 61-21 Heat, and then ultimately beating John Stockton and Karl Malone and the 64-18 Jazz. So I'm gonna give him the 2016 Cavs that their opponents were 67.4% winning percentage on their team. They beat the 44-35 Pistons, 48-34 Hawks, the 56-26 Raptors, and obviously the 73-9 Warriors. So yeah, he has one. I'm not giving him the bubble.
That was cloud.
I just won't.
Yeah.
I just can't.
That was cloud. That was cloud chasing.
Okay, I'm going to bag it, right? But I'm not giving LeBron the bubble. I'm giving LeBron the 2011-2012 season. The lockout season. Remember, they were playing more back-to-backs that season than any other season in history, pretty much. And
LeBron was in his prime, though.
Still, like it from them playing back-to-back games, like what?
It was a shortened season. They play like 60 games for the season.
But still, like they're still playing.
Yeah, but back-to-back games is mad hard, though.
Hard on your body compared to like playing every other 2 days in a bubble. But
they had 2 stretches where they had to play back to back to back. It was 2 stretches. That's it for the whole season. Just 2.
Yeah, but still, even though it was a shorter season, you're still playing a more condensed like season of basketball.
How's he going, Block?
Because there was 2 seasons missing out, 2 months of that season that were going pretty much. October and November, and that, pretty much October, November, December were all gone. So they missed 3 months of the season. So that's condensed into one. But if you want to talk about who had the hardest trip to the finals but actually won, you got to give it to my man Dirk. Nigga beat 2011 Kobe, Bron, and who else he beat in that playoff run?
They beat the Thunder. They beat the Thunder.
And the big Thunder. Whew.
Yeah,
crazy.
In the West.
Was it Thunder?
Yeah, they beat the Lakers. They beat the Thunder. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Thunder. I forgot the third team. I forgot they beat in the first round. They beat the Lakers in the second round.
I remember us watching that and being like, yo, this shit don't make no sense.
Because he won that chip on my birthday. That's how I remember that whole shit. But like that, him getting to the finals, that's the hardest of all time.
Yeah, that's nothing. Dirk had one of the greatest playoff runs of all superstars. Of all players.
And he didn't have another superstar player there. So
he had good role players.
Where he had a bunch of role players, Kid beyond his prime.
Jason Kidd, Tyson Chandler,
Jason Terry,
Sean Marion,
all beyond past their prime. They weren't superstars no more.
Asia, old ass in threes.
Yeah, a bunch of
Tyson was in his prime then.
Tyson ain't never had a prime.
Tyson. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Chris Paul.
He had the Knicks 54-game win season, bro. Tyson was.
That was like 12 in the league.
Yeah, I know. Because the Knicks is the Knicks.
They beat the Blazers in the first round. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Thunder in the conference finals, and they beat the Heat in the finals.
Who was the other team though? Like
you said, first round they beat Portland.
Oh, Portland. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna trash you. LeBron, he always want to. This is the shit that be irritating me sometimes. Look, he'll eat of his own self sometimes. Because this nigga, right? He'll say, don't compare. But he'll say, don't compare me. But then sprinkle little shit like I ain't gonna say it, but I said it. Type shit. Shut your fuck up.
We talked about this a little bit off air too, where he's like pretty much sucking his own D right now, where he's just putting clips of himself when he was younger, like messages from future LeBron to past LeBron about how future Lebron is going to be a king. Like, dude, get over yourself.
Look, listen. Here's how it goes. Now, LeBron, his argument is the 73-9 Warriors, right? He beat them. That wasn't even the hardest team he went against. Now, if he would have said the next Golden State team that he beat, where he got cooked against, that team is way better than that 73-9 team.
And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Draymond Green go out that series?
Yes.
I'm saying honestly though, because
he's using the weight of They were 73-9. We were down 3-1. We came back. Ultimate great feat.
But
it's my take, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Drew runs this podcast, man.
So they beat the 73 regular season team, came back 3-1. There's a lot of shit that happened during that series that allowed them to win that. Now, that ain't even the hardest team that they played against in the finals. That next year with KD was a much tougher team that he got smoked, that they got cooked against. So you want to talk about you won the hardest series? You actually lost harder ones. So you want to bash off, I beat the 73-9 and came back 3-1, but you ultimately lost to a better team than that. That's one thing. Two, when it comes to the bubble, early in the season, everybody was saying put an asterisk on this championship because these niggas dumb. Again. This is what everyone was saying, whether you agree or not. But this is what everybody's saying. Regardless who come out of here, put an asterisk next to it. These niggas are in paradise. They don't have to deal with travel. They don't have to deal with fans. This is you coming in there after, like Kev said, after you beat COVID. It's the prime basketball camp. Shit, it's like a basketball summer camp. Like, like you ain't never played no sport. So what stickball in Mount Vernon somewhere?
Okay,
but anyway, this was the ultimate. This was the ultimate basketball camp. These niggas was in fucking Disney, the Magical Kingdom.
Oh man,
like,
you can run that rematch.
Can I go after you? Can I go after you, Charles?
Yes, okay, you can go after me. The Magical Kingdom. Everybody was saying put an asterisk on it. Yes, I know mentally all these players was complaining about not being able to do what they want. They fucking privileged. That's what it is. They privileged, and they had somebody telling them what they can do, and therefore their ass was going crazy. But Bradley Beal or CJ, one of them had the wine fucking cellar. So
CJ McCollum.
It was actually Jimmy Butler had the wine.
No, CJ McCollum has his own wine company, bro.
It was CJ who was providing everybody with the wine. So all that shit, like, I'm not saying it was easy, but he's lost tougher finals. So to say he's won the toughest two, he full of shit. He just stroking his own self. Like,
there's something different about like a stadium.
Stop it.
It's something different.
Talk up to him though.
Didn't have that.
All right, go, Drew. Go, Drew.
I just have one
Drew.
point. I love LeBron. That's why I'm a Heat fan. All I do is straight suck LeBron's dick. I'm secretly a Lakers.
Oh my god! All right.
Sorry, that's not what you were gonna say.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go, Drew.
Thank you. All right. Your first point was you're saying that he lost tougher championships. This is about championships that he won. So why would he even bring up a championship that he lost? So that's to attack your first point. Because, I mean, he lost that championship. He can't put that in. This is about championships that he won. He can't put that in his own arguments. He lost one. So that it's neither here nor there. So that attacks your first shit. And I always hate this shit about the bubble, right? Yes, you're in a confined fucking space, right? There's nobody there. You don't have to deal with travel, but it's fucking basketball. You're fucking playing hard. Y'all niggas are still playing hard. This playoffs is not no easier than any other fucking playoffs. Y'all still going hard. All right. If they were playing lackadaisical as shit, maybe I said this is the fucking easiest championship ever. But don't discount this championship because you playing just as hard as niggas in a fucking crowd that you're doing in a fucking empty ass gym, my nigga. Like, stop saying this championship is fucking easy.
Okay, so Drew, what you saying that this is just as tough as any other NBA finals, correct? So that don't make it tougher, right? So that don't make it tougher than any other NBA finals. If you
can I just make one? Can I make one rebuttal? Can I make one rebuttal?
So we can move on. Drew just said a bunch of bullshit. But go ahead.
Yeah,
I said a bunch of bullshit.
Drew. Mute him.
Go ahead.
Listen, Drew, I know you're upset. I know you're passionate. I know your boy won a fucking final. Good for you. And I get that the NBA is one of the only leagues that has done it right. But think about the controversy that the MLB has gone through. The NFL, we're literally watching football final now, 34-14 Ravens on a fucking Tuesday night. This is harder. This is tougher to overcome. You're watching an entire position team go down. We watched the Denver Broncos play with a undrafted fucking practice squad wide receiver who does sales on the side. Right. Play quarterback in the NFL.
Fuck that shit. We're talking about different sport.
Drew, I'm not talking about that. This is harder. This is harder. The NBA, again, to their credit, did it right. So they didn't have to suffer through what the MLB and what the NFL are going through right now. On the NBA side, I give them nothing but applaud. They did a good job. It's not like every other week we were talking about how the NBA is like, damn, they're going to fucking cancel a game because of COVID.
Right.
It's different.
Right, you can't say it's hard when they doing it right.
It's not hard when it's in a bubble and you guys are all playing Kings after.
Right.
Or fucking ordering Uber Eats or fishing in the fucking parking lot.
Right. Next fucking topic. Next bag of trash, please. Next bag of trash.
We spent too much time on this one. But this was good.
Next one.
This was good. Next stop on bag of the trash.
Yes, sir. Yes, master. Yes.
We moving on. We're still in the NBA. As we know.
Next fucking topic.
So the the Wizards now have Russell Westbrook. So the question is, to you, DQ first. Bag of the trash. Is the Wizards a playoff contender with Russell Westbrook? Bag of the trash.
What did they make it to the bubble last year?
No, they didn't.
They didn't make it to the bubble last year. The Wizards did.
They make it to the playoffs.
They were close to being in the bubble in the playoffs, right?
You're right. They were one of the teams that went home.
Okay, so what I can say, along with the Suns, I can see the Wizards making or replacing one of the lower tier teams in the Eastern Conference, because Bradley Beal pretty much was behind by himself the entire time, and he can't score he had he had that big output of points that won the 2 games, but he can't do it all by himself. But with Russell, he can take some of that pressure off of him so they can actually win those games.
Gotcha. So you bagging it?
Yeah.
All right, Drew, bag of the trash.
I'm a bag it because Bradley Beal is gonna have your next start on it, and making the playoffs in the East is kind of easy. So I'm a bag it. I'm a bag it.
Kev, bag of the trash.
What am I bagging the trash in? Because
is the Wizards a playoff contender with Russell Westbrook?
No.
Trash it.
No.
They're not making the playoffs.
A hater.
All right, John, bag of the trash.
I'm bagging it. Wizards gonna make the playoffs.
All right. Since Eddie went somewhere, I'm gonna bag it off the strength of I think the Wizards would have made it if Wall was there last season. So it's like it ain't much of a difference in play. I think Wall might be a slightly better shooter. Maybe a slightly better facilitator, but Russ is a dog. So I think if Wall wasn't hurt, they would have made the playoffs. So I don't see much of a difference between Wall and Westbrook. So I'll bag it off the strength of that. It's not like they really decline, losing Wall and replacing Russ. Pretty much kind of like the same players, play style in a sense.
It's gonna be weird to see him in another uniform though.
Especially with that ugly ass number 4 in his jersey.
Well, you couldn't get Agent Zero number, so you
want to Agent Zero say he gave him the blessing to take it, but he still kept number 4. Because technically number 4 is his favorite number. He just had number 0 because he was at UCLA. His chances of actually making the team were 0 until Jordan Farmar left to go to the NBA.
Also, didn't Nick Collison win number 4 on the Thunder / Sonic?
Yeah, he did. When he first got there, white boy power forward
on that team since forever.
Right. Yeah, that was true. All right, so moving on. Eddie ain't here. All right. Speaking of the recent trade, John Wall is now with the Rockets. So back to the trash it. Johnny, to you first. Is the Rockets more of a threat with Wall? Bag of the trash.
I'm gonna trash it, but the Rockets made some other moves. If they keep Harden, there'll be more threat in the West. If the two players that they acquired stay healthy, because the Rockets made other moves. So Cousins, he stays healthy, and John Wall stays healthy, and Harden stays, there'll be more of a threat.
Got you. Okay, bag of the trash.
The straight swap for Harden. Right. I mean, for Wall
and Westbrook.
More threat. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
I say bag it. I think Wall is a better facilitator than Brody is.
Right.
And if Harden stays, then that's gonna be the deciding factor that they get in.
All right, DQ, bag of the trash.
What how John Wall, Westbrook?
Is the Rockets more of a threat with Wall?
Oh.
Bag of the trash.
Not really. So I'm trash it.
All right, Drew.
They need to make it to the Western Conference Finals for me to say that shit more of a threat. So I'm gonna trash it on the count that they're not making the Western Conference Finals.
Okay. All right. It's kind of hard to say, but I'll follow Kev's lead. I'll say bag it in the sense of, yes, Westbrook is a MVP and a triple-double fucking king, but I'm talking about in regards to play style and playing with the team. Yeah. I think Wall is more complimentary to Harden's play, so which will make them a better team. So I bag it off the strength of that. So that's how I'm looking at it. But bag of the trash. Last question. So the Ravens just got done playing. They beat the Cowboys 34-17. The playoff push is in full effect. They on the outside looking in, but they still have a chance. They still have a chance to get up in there. So bag of the trash. To you first, Drew. Will the Ravens make the playoffs?
I would say bag it because their last 4 games is the Browns, the Jags, Giants, and the Bengals. I give it. They can win. Browns would be tough, but I say the last 3, Jags, Giants, and Bengals, they can all win those games. So you go end up with 10-6 record.
Fuck out of here.
10-6 or 11-5. That's clear. That's they go make it to the playoffs. Yeah, to bag.
All right, DQ, bag of the trash. Definite bag.
I am going to trash it because the Madden curse is real.
The Madden curse, that was last year. LeBron was on last year.
He's on this one. He's on this one.
He's on this one? I thought it was last year.
Mahomes was last year.
Mahomes was last year. All right, Jack. Bag of the trash.
Definite bag.
I'm going to trash it just because I feel like we could definitely lose to the Browns. They could definitely lose to the Giants. They could beat the Bengals, but they're not getting in.
Jags and Bengals and Giants.
You hear me knocking?
Jags going to pull a win on them too, bro. Jags going to show up and punch them in the mouth.
Cinco, bag of the trash.
I'm going to bag it. I think the Ravens is going to get there. I'm playing the Bengals and Jaguars is easy 2 wins. That's easy. That's an easy 2. So what's their record right now? They just beat the Cowboys.
They are 10 and they are right now 7-5.
7-5. They got 2 easy wins, easy on their schedule. So that gives them 9, and they got 2 possible, 2 tougher matchups. All they gotta do is win at least 1. They can even just win 2, and they probably make it into the playoffs, sneak in.
Because I say the Raiders are not really that. They're not that team, to be honest. You say the Ravens are. Eddie might say the Ravens are not that team, but the Raiders are definitely not that team either. So
I agree. I agree with you 100%. Sorry, guys. Hey. I had to walk away for 1 second.
But we are on bag of the trash.
I know exactly where we are. I listen the whole time. So currently, the Ravens, the fraudulent Ravens, are still, even though they did win today, are still currently the tied for the 8th seed. But I think the Raiders still hold the tiebreaker by having more divisional wins, whether it's conference or whatever it might be. But they still currently hold the tiebreaker. So going forward, I did pull up schedules. So the Ravens have the Browns, the Jaguars, the Giants, and the Bengals. Now, it doesn't look like the Giants are an easy toss-up. It doesn't look like the Browns are an easy toss-up anymore. And it doesn't look like the Jaguars are an easy toss-up anymore. So the only game, realistically, I think you can chalk off, if you do want to play the win-loss, loss-win game, is against the Bengals. Now, Johnny did – so I'm going to trash it. Johnny is also brought up the Raiders and the Patriots, who are the only other two teams that are competing for them. The Raiders have the Colts at home. Then they have the Chargers at home and the Dolphins at home, and then they go to the Broncos. So I'm looking at least 2 W's for the Raiders. And then
the Colts are the 7th seed and they're 8-4.
Right. But again, like either way, the Colts will, they're not going to be the ones that edge them out. I didn't look up the Colts schedule going forward, but then you look at the Patriots who have who stay in Los Angeles for the Rams. I think we covered this already. Go to Miami against the Dolphins. Then they're home to the Bills and they're home to the Jets. And I'm looking at potentially 1 win there. So I just don't think that there's enough wins for the Ravens. Again, we're talking 1-1 on the Patriots and the Ravens, and I think I could easily see 2 for the Raiders that'll get them in there. Now, if they do get in there, Drew, help me out here. What is the Ravens' playoff record in the last 2 seasons in the first round of the playoffs? How have they done?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. You don't need to elaborate. They lost every playoff game that Lamar Jackson has.
They're 0-2.
They lost every Lamar Jackson's been since Lamar Jackson been the quarterback. They lost in the playoffs. So
look, if they get to the playoffs, great. Get past the first round, man.
So but again, to just finish this off, I'm going to trash it. Like Ed said, I think Raiders have a better chance of holding that spot. I think the Jaguars have been playing really, although they got a losing record, they've been playing a lot of teams close. And Ravens is the Ravens, so I can see them pulling that out. Giants gonna beat them. Browns gonna beat them, and possibly the Bengals can still win out. I see the potential of Raiders winning more games than I see the Ravens. So therefore, I'm gonna trash it solely off of that and the last couple of games left in the season.
Let's not forget. I forgot. I wrote this down too. The Ravens are going to be the only team that is playing 3 games in 13 days. Seems like a lot of games in less than 2 weeks.
And they got COVID against them.
Def.
What's up?
Go, Drew.
Yeah, with $50 back.
Oh shit! Shit!
Come on, son.
No, I'm good.
Well, how you gonna do it, Ed, but you're not gonna do it?
Hey, Drew.
You wanna do it with me, Ed?
No, I want to do a shame bet. I want to do a shame bet.
Yo.
Nah, fuck that shame bet. $50 bet.
No, I only do shame bets with you.
Y'all some bitches, man.
All right. So
how am I a bitch?
Yeah. Oh my God, y'all talk this, but y'all don't want to bet with me.
Drew.
Y'all, come on, dude.
Drew, hear me out. Drew, hear me out.
I'll hear you out.
I will shave my head bald. Completely bald.
I don't want
if
this.
You
shame bet $50.
If you dye your beard,
does it have a beard?
With quotes.
Does it have a beard?
I want it blonde. I want you bleach blonde.
You gotta have hair.
Antonio Brown, stop it! I'm not doing the Antonio Brown.
For a whole pie.
See, and I'm a bitch.
Antonio Brown, stop it!
I'm willing to lose my hair like Kev.
Okay.
You said baldy for go big.
And I'm a bitch. I got my girl in the back telling me no. but I'm willing to do it. But you a bitch and you won't do it. All right,
Drew, you actually win that. Drew wins that bad because he ain't got no hair, so it won't even be noticeable.
Yeah, Drew, you have no hair. Take that. See, that's different than me.
Yes, I do have hair.
All right, better one.
Stop disrespecting me. Just because I ain't flagged out like Johnny, I do have a beard, son.
Nigga,
don't Johnny, you a little longer than mine. You look like the ox. Don't try and discount my beard though.
Drew. I got a better one.
Move on.
He doesn't want it.
Moving on, man. That's back of the trash shit. We're gonna move on to Marquee Misses. Again, these are the sleeper games and sleeper players for week 14. Drew's baby. So let's kick it off. Marquee Miss. Drew. We're gonna do your game and your player.
All right. My first game is up. I'm gonna pick the Steelers versus the Bills. I think that's gonna be a very good game. Like the defense.
Is that Sunday Night Football?
No, it's not. It's not Sunday Night Football. No, it's on. No, it's on Sunday, but it's not Sunday Night Football though. I don't think so.
It's Sunday Night Football, my friend.
Damn, that fucked me up. Shit.
I'm wrong with his pick.
He said, "Damn."
Marquee Miss.
I gotta switch up my shit. Can you go back to somebody else, please?
All right. DQ.
I literally did not think that was. I literally did not think that was Sunday Night Football. I'm sorry,
For
people.
Sunday, December 13th at 1 p.m. I'm going with the Texans and the Bears.
Yo, DQ picks the Texans every week.
Every week. The Texans and the
I picked it for like the last 4 weeks because like I couldn't like it's pretty much because I couldn't go with like Dak and the Cowboys, but Deshaun Watson's been killing it, so I'm going with Deshaun again because he's really been lighting it up.
I got it. I got my game.
Damn.
Okay, so DQ, that's your game. Now, who's your player?
He said Deshaun.
Yeah, again, I got Deshaun for like the 5th week
but
in a row.
Deshaun ain't no fucking miss, though.
He's not a miss, bro.
No, but
he's always gonna cook.
But his team isn't in any sort of contention.
All right, so DQ, I'm gonna help you out. DQ's pick is Kiki Cutie.
Who the fuck is
Plays on the Texans. He's his wide receiver.
That sounds
is that
fine.
Cool?
Sounds fine.
All right, going back to Drew.
Cardinals and the G-Men. That's another good game.
Ain't that at 1 o'clock?
Yep.
That's a 1 o'clock game, but
at Fox.
Yeah, on Fox in New York. On a New York-based podcast.
Everywhere else? It's on in New York.
Yeah,
this is a New York podcast.
It's a local game, though.
But Fox
Marquee Misses is talking about everywhere, bro.
It's
not.
Yeah, we get okay. You want to get?
It's a local game
now. You got it. Who's your player?
All right, my marquee player is going to be. I'm going to fuck up this running back's name. It's the running back on fucking. Is the Gesicki on fucking.
Marcus
Gesicki, running back.
Marcus, yeah.
Yes.
Gesicki's
the tight end.
The tight end, yeah.
He talking about the running back.
Talking about Miles Gaskin.
There you go.
Miles Gaskin.
I met him.
Man,
okay.
This is rough. Kev, who's your Marquee Miss player and game?
He got me believing who it was too. That's great.
Game is the Vikings-Bucks game.
Oh, nice.
I think that's gonna turn out fuck around be a good game. And then
Potico.
My super player is Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
He's more of a dual threat, and I think he's gonna get. I don't want to say he's gonna have more rushing yards than he will passing yards, but he's gonna have like 50 rushing yards at least, and maybe 1 touchdown rushing, and maybe 1 touchdown passing. And they're still gonna lose, but he's gonna look decent.
My marquee miss game is simpatico with Kev. I got the Vikings and the Bucks. And my marquee miss player, I mentioned him earlier in the podcast. My team last week was and I'm gonna finally go with Denzel. I think Denzel's finally gonna get his first touchdown.
Copy. Johnny, marquee miss.
Copy.
My marquee miss game for this week is the Washington football team and the 49ers.
Okay.
Toilet bowl, if you will.
That's and my player for this week. Hopefully he's come back from injury. My guy, Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Danny
back yet,
Dimes.
Danny Dimes, baby Eli.
Danny Dimes.
If
Baby
he ain't
Eli.
ready, I don't want him back.
With the 6th pick of the 2019 draft, the New York Giants select Daniel Jones. Everyone. Boo.
I ain't boo it.
Yo. So
7 weeks later, Danny fucking Dimes.
My marquee
Fucking
miss
Giant fans.
is following Kev and Ed. The Tampa Vikings game. Tampa ain't making the playoffs.
Ain't?
Oh, I would have thought you would have picked the. You heard that? I thought you would have picked the Falcons Chargers game.
Nah, that was another one. You know I love the Falcons, okay. But I ain't going with that one. But I'm gonna go with them Vikings this week against Tampa, and Tampa ain't making the playoffs.
Tampa's not making the playoffs. Who's
Nope.
taking their spot? Arizona?
Vikings.
Well, the Vikings are in.
He's biased, you know that,
The
right?
this guy's hotter and hotter.
Vikings.
Oh, actually, I didn't realize this game has a lot of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This a playoff game.
Holy
Vikings are 6-6. They 7-5. This
Dude,
is a
the
playoff
fucking-
welcome.
The Bears can fuck around and win a game next week, and they could get in the
Yes.
fucking playoffs.
Yeah, it's a wild.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Tampa is.
It
one
is
of
the
those
Wild
teams
Wild West right
that's-
now.
Tampa is on the cuffs with everybody else. They fight for that wild card position as well.
And my brother's
Yeah.
team is hanging in there too. The Lions is in the mix.
Oh yeah, the Lions are right there. Lions
Right,
are right
so-
there. They're right behind them.
So I got this game, but my player is from Johnny's brother team all day. It's Adrian Peterson. It's
AP.
my marquee miss player for this week. Been cooking low key. I'm trying to claim him in fantasy. Johnny, I got you coming up, bro. These playoffs. Let's get it. All right.
Don't worry, Johnny's easy. He's
So,
got. I didn't even set a real lineup. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was sick, and I still beat Johnny.
but
nobody cares about fantasy.
Before
This guy's talking crazy. I just didn't. I didn't. If I made
Hey,
moves, I
7
would
in a
do
row.
it.
Sorry, 7 in a row.
Nah,
Just
I'm
saying.
being honest.
All I
I'll
had
be
to do was make
honest, what's
2 moves
crazy,
and I beat
Ed?
Ed. Easy. Nick
Just saying.
Easy.
Ed, what's crazy?
Just saying, number
I
one
started-
seed, I gotta buy.
Yo, shut the
That's
fuck
cool.
up, Ed. Yo,
You're
what
gonna do that
happened
to
is
moves.
I started Clyde Edwards-Helaire against Johnny too, and I still managed to pull out a win.
Because Johnny's a homer, and Johnny will literally start guys and draft guys based on who he likes.
No, time out. And Kevin
As a
Sutton,
person.
I gave up in the other league, but if I made 2 other moves, I beat you too.
No,
Yeah,
They killed my team.
you let
But
me
before-
flex on the
Before-
bench.
Before
Yo.
we move on from marquee misses, how did
They
everyone
killed my
marquee miss?
team.
How did everyone marquee miss do this past week?
Uh,
I know my marquee miss had 135 yards, so I'm happy with mine and
Mm-hmm.
Wayne Gellman.
Mine's
I
had-
missed.
No, it's funny.
I
Mine's
missed.
had the same amount of passing yards, 1 touchdown, and a pick. Colt McCoy, baby.
Yeah, I was on a hot streak, and now I'm on a cold streak. Salvin Ahmed screwed it up. I picked him 2 weeks in a row, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire was sick with a little buggy. He had a little buggy. He
Yo,
was
no,
sitting
nah,
on the
it's
sideline.
not funny. I
ESPN
have
Fantasy.
Jimmy Zero on my team.
screwed every owner that had Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like
Yo,
Yeah.
they didn't have enough info.
great way to try to control the narrative, guy.
Well, it was a game time decision, and game time came, and he decided to not play.
Now, Kev, you had Jonathan Taylor, correct?
Word.
And I believe he had a good game.
Yeah,
he did.
What the fuck did he have? He's had a touchdown definitely, and I think he had 80-something yards. No, 100-something yards. Hold on, let me check.
He had a couple of receiving.
Hold on, let me see.
DQ, who was your marquee miss player from last week?
Eddie, help me out with this.
I don't remember.
No, I'm talking about from this past week. Who did you have?
The fuck did I pick
You had the
last-
kicker. You had the kicker from.
Oh
Atlanta.
yeah. Young Ho Koo.
Who had a great game?
And
I only picked him because I saw this meme
Nico,
on Instagram.
Nico Harmon?
And I'm like,
I mean,
it was hilarious.
he had three attempts, 3 made, so solid.
Yeah.
But
He had
all
one
they
from
got- yo.
he hit 1 from 50. And he hit 3 from at least 40.
The only thing I don't like about bro is that they really got him wearing number 7 like Michael Vick. I hate that shit so much.
No respect.
They really violated my boy.
Jonathan Taylor finished with 91 rushing yards, 44 passing yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's solid. Drew, how did your Marquee Miss do? You had Harmon, right? From
I had Miko Harmon.
Oh.
Eddie, can you help me out? Because let me get this.
Jesus Christ. I got to do everything.
He ain't do shit. He had 1 reception, 15 yards. He ain't do shit.
Yep.
He ain't do shit. Boo. You suck. He sucked. Moving on. Marquee Misses. We go get into the pick'ems for week 14. Team go around and pick. They winners for each game coming up.
What them standings looking like?
Now, since the game just finished, I don't have the definite standings, but I can tell you the standings for this week. So this past week, the OSA standings, Johnny is in the lead. Johnny had 13 wins.
I'm in 3rd place.
DQ and Kev is tied in 2nd with 11 wins. Drew had 10. Eddie had 9, and I had 8. Now,
can I just say something real quick? I'm getting a lot of heat from our listeners, aka a couple of guys that I work with. A couple guys that I work with, and they are flaming me. Guys, for the record, early on, I decided to lie about my picks because at least 5 guys in this chat also play in a money pool with us. So there's a reason why my picks suck. I have decided to not lie as much about maybe week 7. So fuck off. Lay off the comments, all right? Leave me alone.
I mean, what's funny, the crazy thing is you had the same number for both pools, though.
Yeah. This week I sucked.
You had the same number for both.
But I won 3 weeks in a row, so suck my dick. Well, tied. One.
All right, so I'm pretty sure Johnny is leading the overall because he's been winning the weeks.
Should be up to 4 games now.
So, but I don't have it as I sit. But as you can see, here are the standings right here, overall and weekly standings. Boom. I believe John's in the league though. So let's get into the picks for week 14. Y'all ready, fellas?
Give me 1 second.
Up first, we got
and
Patriots, Rams. Drew,
shit.
Who you got?
It's just Rams? Rams.
DQ.
Patriots.
Kev.
Patriots.
Johnny.
Patriots.
Eddie.
Go to me last while I pull up different spreads.
So
sorry.
I have the Rams. Eddie.
That would be lone wolf in it.
I will. Hang on. Sorry. I had week 13 pulled up. Sorry. I apologize.
I got you. Just pick. I got the over, the spread and over under.
You got the spreads? Okay, good for you, John. I'm going to go with the Rams.
Okay. The Rams is at this point is 6-point favorites and over under is 45.
All right. Next up, we got the Titans, Jaguars. Can we go around? Yes, no, maybe so?
No, yes,
Titans, Jaguars. Titans, Eddie. Eddie, hold on.
I'm going to go Jaguars this week.
Okay. So, John, what's the spread?
The spread, Titans are favorite in the game by 7.5, so 8. And over under is 53.
Hey, yo.
All right. Next up, we got Vikings, Buccaneers. Drew, who you got?
Vikings, Buccaneers. I'm choosing the Vikings.
Good shit. DQ, who you got?
I'm going to go, you know what? I need a few extra wins. I think I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Okay. Kev, who you got?
Tampa.
Johnny, who you got?
I have the Bucks.
I got them Vikings. Eddie, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Vikings. John, help me out with the spread.
The Buccaneers is favorite by 6.5, so 7, and over under is 52.
All right. Next up, we got the Chiefs, Dolphins. Drew, who you got?
I think this is clean. Should be a clean sweep.
Chiefs.
Drew, who you got?
Chiefs.
DQ, who you got?
Let's just go 1, 2, 3. Cause
Drew, DQ, who you got?
the Chiefs.
That's
Yeah, who you got?
Pat Mahomes, bro.
Johnny, who you got?
Chiefs.
Patrick.
I got them
The
Dolphins.
This nigga.
I knew that was
This nigga here.
Yo.
Chiefs been playing too lax for me, and the Dolphins has been playing really good. Special teams and defense, and they
Pat
just
throw three touchdowns in the first quarter, bro.
I believe that.
Playing
It's
with Ray
possible. It's
Finkel?
possible. But
That's a
Gaskins
hot
playing
take.
good. Kaczynski's playing good. Special teams is playing good. They defense is playing good.
Special
Chiefs too
teams
lax.
starring Ray Finkel, right?
Well, for that game, the Chiefs is 7-point favorite, 7 flat, and over under is 49.
Only 7.
49.5 points. I'm going with the Chiefs as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, next up, we got Broncos, Panthers. Drew, who you got?
Panthers.
DQ,
Broncos.
Kev,
Panthers.
Johnny.
Panthers.
I'm going to go Panthers as well. Eddie, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Panthers. They're 3.5-point favorites. Over under is John.
Oh, they don't have an over under line for me on the app. I usually don't got an over under app. I mean, they don't got
Yeah.
over under. I guess it's still like injury concerns or players that's still to be determined that's going to affect that over and under. So not available at this moment.
Gotcha. All right, next up, we got Texans, Bears. Can we all go around? No, just but Drew, who you got?
Texans.
DQ, who you got?
Texans.
Kev, who you got?
Bears.
Johnny, who you got?
Texans.
I got Texans as well. Eddie, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Texans. I can't pull shit up. John, you were in charge today. Yeah, go.
The Texans is 2-point favorites and total is 44.5. So over under 45.
All right, Will Fuller be back. They're going to cook the Bears' ass. All right, next we got Cardinals, Giants. Drew, who you got?
Giants.
DQ, who you got?
What's the Giants and who else was it?
Cardinals.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Kev and Johnny got G-Men. Eddie, who you got?
Human.
I'm going to go.
Just say it. Just say that. Say it.
Fuck it. I'm going with the Cardinals.
No. Baby Russ my nigga, but he been on the run lately. I'm gonna go with the G-Men for this game.
This
All
game,
right.
I guess, since Daniel Jones is still determined if he's going to play or not, has no line or over under for the time being. But obviously, once we get later in the week and they say if Daniel Jones is for certain going to start, we'll get the line and over and under.
Yeah, by the time you hear this episode, these lines have changed. These over-unders have changed, so deal with it.
All right. Next up, we got Cowboys, Bengals. Drew, who you got?
Damn, the shit bowl.
Stephanie.
Cowboys.
Bowl.
Cowboys. All right. DQ, who you
The
got?
Bengals.
Kev, who you got?
Bengals.
I got Bengals. Johnny, who you got?
Cowboys.
Eddie, who you got?
I got the Bengals. They need to win.
Johnny, what's the spread?
Spread on this, the Cowboys is favorite 3.5, so 4. And over under is 43.5, so over under is 44.
All right. Next up, we got the Colts,
That's a
Raiders.
spread. I'll take that.
Drew, who you got? Colts, Raiders.
Colts.
DQ.
Raiders.
Kev.
Colts.
Eddie.
I don't understand how the Raiders can beat the Chiefs, almost beat the Chiefs, get smoked by the Falcons, literally beat the Jets by the patron saint that is Greg Williams. So I'm going to have to go Colts.
I'm going Colts as well. Johnny, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Raiders. And spread is the Colts is favored by 3 points. And over-under is 50.5. So over-under 51.
All right, next up, Jets, Seahawks. All around?
1, 2, 3.
Seahawks. Johnny.
I don't want to answer that. I got nobody.
Yeah, if you don't want to play me, if I got to play the Jets, because Russell Wilson's probably going to torch them. And
he's going to rip
That's
us apart.
true. That is true.
Russell Wilson owned me a game, been slacking these past couple of weeks.
But Jets, hopefully the Jets play like they play the Raiders and play a little bit of defense.
Well, who knows? We don't have a defensive coordinator anymore, so I don't know who the interim is, but I'm sure he's not going to be.
They're going to play 8 in the box when the Seahawks have
yeah, hopefully, whoever the interim defensive coach is, hates Adam Gase as much as Greg Williams hated Adam Gase. And hopefully, they do the same thing.
Can't get strong with the Jets.
Bring the heat. Bring the heat.
What's the spread, John?
The spread for that game, the Seahawks favored by 13, and over/under is 46.5. So 46.
Yeah, take the under. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Take the over.
All right, next up, we got Packers.
Hyperspeed offense.
Packers, Lions. Drew, who you got?
Packers. Duh.
DQ.
Packers.
Kev.
Pack.
I got the Pack. Eddie, who you got?
Sorry, Justin. I'm going to have to go with the Packers.
Johnny.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a 1, 2, 3. Going with the bad man. They are favorites by 8, and over under is 55.
Yikes!
All right. Next up,
points.
we got Falcons, Chargers. Drew, who you got?
I hate this.
This is a hard game because they're both kind of bad, but Falcons.
Right.
DQ. Another shit bowl.
Falcons, Chargers, DQ.
I'm gonna go with Chargers.
Kev, who you got?
Atlanta.
Eddie, who you got?
I want to believe in the Chargers so goddamn much.
Like how I want to believe in the Falcons?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with my gut. I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers.
This is the believe game. I'm going with the Falcons. Johnny, who you believe in?
I'm going the team that you just love to pick on paper, the Falcons. The Falcons are 2.5-point favorites.
Ooh, that's close.
And the over/under is 50.
Ooh, that's a spread. You know what? Yeah, I'm sticking with the goddamn Chargers. They're gonna cover. Right. They're gonna beat an ass.
They daggone beat Falcons bum ass. I hate them niggas.
I want to put it past the Falcons to lose this game.
Fuck them dirty birds.
All right, next up we got Washington football team and the 49ers. Drew, who you got? Drew,
Washington football team.
DQ, who you got?
I know the Washington football team on the roll, but I'm going with the 49ers.
Kev, who you got?
Washington football team.
Eddie, who you got?
Washington football team, man. Let's go R words.
Yeah, and my boy Alex cooking.
Hey, comeback player of the year. Hopefully Antonio Gibson's healthy. I'm gonna need him.
I'm gonna go with Washington. Washington as well. Johnny, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Niners, and the Niners is 3.5-point favorites, so 4-point favorites, and the over/under is 43.5, so over/under is 44.
Copy. Next up, we got Saints, Eagles, all around. 3, 2, 1.
Saints.
Yeah.
Saints is favored in that game by 7, and over/under is 44.5. So 45.
Okay. Got a really good game. We got the Steelers versus the Bills. Drew, who you got?
Steelers.
Oh, wait.
DQ.
Kind of hard.
DQ, who you got?
I'm going to go with who's the home team? Bills, right?
Yeah, Bills is home.
I'm going with the Bills.
That's kind of a hard game.
Kev, who you got?
Bills.
I got the Bills as well. Eddie, who you got?
So I actually found something pretty interesting. There's a reason why the Steelers haven't been our number one in our power rankings. Spoiler to our top 5 this week. But the road to the Steelers 11-1 record. They beat Daniel Jones and the Giants week 1. They beat an injured Broncos team week 2. They beat the Texans in week 3. They had a bye week 4 because of COVID. They beat the Eagles and Carson Wentz in week 5. They beat the Browns with no Nick Chubb and a depleted Kareem Hunt in week 6. In week 7, they beat the Titans, which was a pretty good game. They beat the Ravens in week 8, which, again, I've been saying the Ravens are frauds. They beat the 2-7 Cowboys. They beat the 2-5-1 Bengals in week 10. They beat the 1-8 Jaguars in week 11. They beat the Ravens COVID team in week 12. And then they lost to the Washington football team in week 13. Therefore, I expect another loss out of Pittsburgh.
So you're basically saying that record is like.
I'm just saying it's
based on who they're playing against.
I don't want to say it's fraudulent. I think they're good. I think they're a good team. I just think they had a pretty good schedule.
I mean, you play who you play against. I mean, like,
no, of course, I agree. I agree completely. I still think they're a good football team.
Johnny, who you got?
I'm going with the Steelers, but the Bills are a favorite by 2 points, and over under is 46.5, so 47.
All right, and last up, we got Monday night, Ravens versus the Browns. I'll go around at once. Browns. No, okay.
2,
Ravens.
3, Browns.
Ravens.
Drew, who you got?
Man.
Drew, you got the Ravens. DQ, who you got?
You know what? I'm gonna go against the grain and go with the Browns.
So I'm lone
I
wolfing
don't know
it.
if that's against the
That
grain.
ain't the grain. You Ravens is the grain. Jet, who you got?
I'm lone wolfing it.
Baltimore.
Okay.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Cool. I got
Eddie, who you
somebody
got?
by my side.
I'm gonna go. I don't know, man. Up and down with the Cleveland Browns, right?
Say you gonna play the Cleveland Browns, son. You know you hate the Ravens.
That's
Come
the
on,
thing.
son.
It's
You know
up
you
and
do.
down with the Cleveland Browns. It's up and down with the Baltimore Ravens. You know, it's tough. But
Acting like.
John, give me the spread real quick.
The spread for that game is over under 46.5, and it's a pick'em. So it's even. There's not a favorite at this moment on the app I'm using. It's a pick'em, so they don't have a favorite yet. So obviously it's gonna change by the time we get close to the week. But it's a pick'em.
It's a toss up right now.
Yeah, it's a flip of a coin, man. It's a flip of a coin. All right, I'm gonna flip this.
Don't do my trick.
I'm gonna go Browns. I'm gonna go Browns.
I'm going Browns as well, Johnny.
Browns.
And you said the spread is what?
The total for that game is 46.5.
Okay.
So 47 over under, and it's a pick'em game, so it's even.
Right, even
no
right
one's
now.
A favorite. Yeah, at this moment, no one's a favorite. It's even.
Got it.
The score of that game is gonna be like 17-14 or 10-8 or something stupid.
So you
All
have
right.
to go super under.
So that is the picks for week 14. Here's my picks as well as the team's picks, as you can see, or you heard it via whatever streaming device you're using. We're gonna get into our last segment, and that's Fab 5. It's week 14. We are doing our NFL power rankings. We'll do our last one going into the playoffs. But from 5 to 1, power rankings for going into week 14. Kick it off to Drew at number 5. Who's number 5 on your list?
I'm going with a flyer. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns. I like how their team is looking. They look a little iffy, but that running game is pretty good. Like with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and I'm starting to like a little bit of what I see in Baker Mayfield. So they gonna be my number 5, Cleveland Browns.
All right, DQ.
The Bills.
Bills at number 5. Kev.
I got the Saints at number 5. Don't matter if Taysom is starting or Drew.
Talk that talk.
All right, Eddie.
Simpatico with Kev, man. I'm gonna go with the Saints. Doesn't matter if Drew Brees. I mean, I'm pretty sure he broke half of his ribs at this point. I don't know when he's gonna be back, but Taysom Hill's played great. The defense has played fine. Shout out to Sean Payton for being a great coach. Again, another contender for Coach of the Year.
Definitely.
But they've climbed down on my rankings, as you can see. They are now down at 5, but I think they're not as good as the teams ahead of them.
All right, Johnny, at number 5.
Number 5, I got the Browns.
Okay. At number 5, I have the bad man, Green Bay Packers.
That's low, man. That's low.
I'm not gonna lie. I love my guy, the bad man, but he ain't make my list. Tough.
I just feel like the defensive side. I'm talking about a complete team, not just Ron, the other Ron, and Devontae.
Aaron Jones is nice.
Right.
They finally freed him again. Finally.
I still think the defense reminds me a lot. They remind me a lot of the Seattle team. They just up and down. So they're number 5 on my list. But Drew, at number 4.
Number 4 is gonna be the Saints. I really like the defense. The defense is decent, bro. Like they're not world beaters. They're decent. They're really solid. And Taysom Hill is holding down the fort. And plus, they got good coaching in Sean Payton. So that's my number 4, Saints.
All right, DQ. Number 4.
My number 4 is the Cheeseheads.
All right, that's fair pick. Jack, number 4.
Number 4, I got the Bills.
Eddie.
My number 4, from what I gave you guys earlier with who they played and when they played, and again, it's not their choice. They play the schedule. You play who's on your schedule. But the Steelers finally losing to a team that I think that they probably should have, even though I did say that they were. But the Pittsburgh Steelers has fallen down all the way to 4 for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Johnny, at number 4.
At number 4, I got the Saints.
Following Johnny and Drew, I too have the Saints at number 4. Number 3, Drew, who you got?
My number 3 is going to be that bad man, the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, yeah. Devontae Adams, yeah. Green Bay Packers, number 3.
Yeah. DQ.
Yeah.
I have the Saints at number 3.
All right. Jack, number 3.
Number 3, I got Green Bay at number 3.
Eddie, number 3.
I have the only team that plays in New York. Josh Allen has finally woken up and said, fuck you to the criticism, and he's been accurate finally. This is why he's climbed a little bit higher on my list here. But my 2 and my 1 have been the same the last couple of times that we've done this. So, yeah, number 3 is my Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, sorry.
Johnny.
Buffalo Bills.
Not my Buffalo Bills. Not my Buffalo Bills.
Something Drew was like.
Not my Buffalo Bills.
What?
Not my Buffalo Bills.
Johnny,
my number 3.
That's a slip-up.
Is the Buffalo Bills. My number 3 is the Bills.
My number 3 also is the Bills. Like Ed said, Josh Allen finally feeling comfortable or looking comfortable in the pocket, not just looking to make these fucking one-leg run throws. Diggs is just automatic and just always open and shit. Beasley's playing well. They just doing their thing. So, and a great defense. So at number 3, I have the Bills. Drew at number 2.
Okay, I agree with Eddie and the schedule. But you play who you against, and they're still what their record is. It's the Steelers, man. They defense is carrying them, man, bro, and that's a great defense. The Steelers, right. Number 2.
DQ, number 2.
Also have the Steelers at number 2.
Jack.
I also have the Steelers at number 2.
Eddie, who's your number 2? Because you had them at Steelers at 4. So,
yeah. So my number 2 is a week.
The Packers.
Yeah, is a week that I think that the Packers can take that number 1 seed from the Saints. Again, we don't know what's going on with the Falcons. We don't know if they could pull out a win. But if the way it stands right now, you got the Packers playing the Eagles. They are still a good football team. Again, both these teams are good football teams. But I think that the Saints could actually lose this game, and then the Packers could. Oh, I'm sorry, this was last week. I apologize. But I think this is the chance where the Packers can actually take the number 1 seed, where both of them being 10-2. 10-2. And the Packers will be
9-3 right now.
The Packers are 9-3. So sorry, they'll be 10-3, and the Falcons will fall to 10-3. And I believe they own that tiebreaker.
Saints will fall.
Saints will fall. Mm-hmm.
All right, Johnny, number 2.
My number 2 is the Steelers.
My number 2 also is the Steelers. Again, I don't believe in Packers defense. Not yet. All right. Getting to number 1 on our Week 14 power rankings. I'm tired of saying this shit. 3, 2, 1.
Chiefs. This is obvious. This is the best team.
Drew, you don't have the Ravens this week in your top 5?
Not at all. Didn't make the list. Wasn't even on the thought.
Didn't make my list. So why are you asking? Why are you asking?
Because last time you forced them in and you forced 2
that shit is still mad funny. Like, really?
Hey.
We was counting down. He was like, "Oh shit."
Nah, I really forgot about the Steelers last week. That was my fault.
So Drew, you say you
I
had
forgot about the Steelers.
Drew, you say you had an honorable mention that people sleep on. So who's that honorable mention?
The Ravens.
My honorable mentions. It actually is one good team, and then there's one team that somebody might sleep on. It's because I was battling between the Bills and the Cleveland Browns. So my next one is gonna be the Bills, and my other team, which was because I like how they played, is the Jimi. Like fuck it, I'm gonna put it in as my number 7. They are at number 7. Jimi has impressed me these last coming weeks.
All right, who masturbating? It's that clicking noise.
I heard that. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that was my shit. My top other thing.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that's
don't do that to me. Don't do that.
Our episode.
Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
If I had to make an investment in equipment, you guys too, bro. This is crazy.
Oh my god, yo,
what was that?
Me, bro.
Oh my god.
Hey yo, this is episode 34 at the OS. Just finished the 5-5.
Funny episode.
NFL Power Rankings. Like always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share, review, rate, all that good shit. Now, we're coming into the end of the year. So the next couple of episodes, we'll be doing our countdowns for the year. So our 5-5 will be dedicated to the end of the year. We're going to come with
Can you believe it, guys? So, we made it.
2020 is ending.
Aliens coming 2021.
Aliens
31st.
You know what, Johnny, since you brought it up, so I don't know if you guys heard this Israeli guy that apparently worked for Israelis NASA said that there's a galactic federation. It's like they combined Star Wars, Star Trek, and fucking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and fucking blended them all. Saying that the humans aren't ready, bro. I think we are far more than ready.
This was us this year. This us this year we were trying to show the Galactic Federation that we are ready for this information. So that's why they shut us down with COVID, just to show the other life forces that we are ready to be in the know.
You know what's crazy?
We are ready to get obliterated by neighbors out
So John, to your point, you ever think we always think that if alien life forms were ever to come to Earth, we always think that in our head and obviously in science fiction movies, obviously we are
domination.
No. Hear me out. You ever think that I don't know? Call me crazy. Because I think us as a society, as a species, are probably some of the dumbest people in the world. If you don't believe me, work in the retail industry, work in the restaurant industry, just literally just walk around the street and you'll see how fucking stupid we are. You ever think like, what if they're dumber than us? What if they praise us? What if they hear me out. What if they just got like, you know how like in like, you know, like I mean like I know for me growing up in DR,
if they were dumber than us, we would be going to them and not vice versa.
That's what I'm saying. I think what if they praise us? You know what I mean? Like,
Ed's hope we get invaded by the weakest civilization.
That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen.
Those are not the ones that's gonna pull up on us. The ones who rule the universe is gonna be.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think they're decades behind us, and I think they're super stupid. Like think about like, you know.
That, but they're gonna have Ed.
Think about the Far East and how. But John, hear me out. Think about the Far East and like, bro, like this is in the planet. Like they just got like. You know what I mean? Like, why you think all the Asians is nice with that? Like, nice with that? You know what I mean? Because they got that shit from fucking the 1980s. You know what I mean? They're almost 2 decades behind us.
I will leave a mission to save you after they imprison you on Jupiter.
Yo, let them. Let them.
All I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, if they come to us, they are the dominant species. If we ain't going to them, if we ain't pulling up, and making ourselves known, then we ain't on shit. If they pulling up on us, then they pulled up, and that's let us know.
It's like if they're pulling up on us, they're pulling up on a whole planet, planet, and he's letting us know like,
pull with a fleet.
Y'all better give up whatever we want.
Right, it's quiet. So
they're gonna have
that's
like
our
big
episode.
ass mother shit.
Look, all this shit is another pod that Johnny's working on.
Conspiracy pod.
But this is OSA.
Conspiracies and that.
We're gonna be talking all that shit. So, but this is a sports pod, and hopefully we have sports next season or next year, come 2021.
But we will.
But right now, since we're coming to the end of the year, our next couple of Fab Fives will be dedicated to 2020 countdowns. So we might be doing sports moments, sports players, or whatever we'll think of. We'll sit down and discuss it. But that's our episode.
Cool.
That's our episode. Thank you for watching and listening and all that good shit. I got the whole crew here. Drew here, DQ here, Jet here, Johnny 5 here, Eddie here. And like always, Eddie.
We out.
Don't know.